Danfo offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshe traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danfo, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danfo, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danfo, Africa. To learn more, visit danfo.africa.
Peace, family. We are live again. Donnie Samir, Search for Huru. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. Hit that like button again. Please hit that like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. I will greatly appreciate it. Got a couple of announcements. Announcement number one: we are going to Senegal in about 3 weeks. 3 weeks. We are headed to Senegal for the St. Louis Jazz Festival. If you're interested in joining us, please visit Danfo.Africa. Again, if you're interested in visiting us, if you're interested in joining us, please visit Danfo.Africa to learn more. We will love to host you on one of our many excursions. Also, too, guys, we're doing Kenya. I'm going to officially announce it. I'm kind of announcing it now. We're going to officially announce it probably Monday or Tuesday. But that's going to be September 29th through October 8th. Again, September 29th through October 8th. We are rolling to Kenya. So if you're interested in joining us, please visit Danfo, that's DANFO.Africa to learn more. We'll love to host you guys on one of our excursions / experiences. And, eat some good old food and enjoy the sun and, welcome to Africa, So, come in and join us on a trip to Africa. But yeah, so that's the site, Danfo Africa. We're also going to Nigeria in August for the Oshun Festival. That's August 2nd to the 11th. Ghana and Ivory Coast and Benin as well in November. And then Zanzibar in September as well. So if you're interested in joining, please visit Danfo.Africa. We will love to host you on one of our many excursions. Without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. And we had a very, very interesting discussion, yesterday. And someone called me today just to, they reached out and, we had a discussion about the discussion we had yesterday in regards to the xenophobia in South Africa. And a couple of interesting points, very interesting points were made yesterday. The caller goes by the name Lee, L-I. So Lee said, he made a couple interesting points, and I would love for South Africans, if you're watching this, if you're tuning in, I would love Luthando. I would love for you to call in here shortly after I make these. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and put a link in the chat room, but I would love to hear your opinion on what Lee said, a couple of the points that Lee made yesterday. Again, link is in the chat room. Going to call in. But Lee said something. Number one, Lee brought up how South Africa, Black South Africans, didn't gain their independence until apartheid ended in what, 1994? Is it 1994? Meanwhile, other African countries have been gaining their independence since the 60s. So they've had a 30 plus year head start in many cases. So his point was, listen, you guys have had a 30-year head start and still can't get your ish together. So why come to a country where we just ended apartheid in 94, I believe. So he's saying you guys are still coming to our country. It has been 60 plus years since you've had independence. 1990, I'm sorry. I said 94, 1990, I'm sorry. It's been 60 plus years since you guys have your independence. Okay, so was it 1990 or 1994? I thought it was 1994, but we'll figure it out. Again, you guys have had your independence since in many cases 60 plus years. It still can't get your ish together. But you want to come to South Africa where we're still trying to figure it out. We just got free, get your math together, 30 years ago, 30 plus years ago. Well, Mandela was sworn in 94. Okay, that's when he was sworn in. Okay. Then also, so that was one of the points he made. Then also somebody brought up, do you prefer Afrikaners over African immigrants? And he responded, Afrikaners. And he said, listen, Afrikaners, no matter the history, the controversial history of how they came, colonized, they were there. He said they've been there for 400 plus years. That's what he said. So they're a fabric, they're rooted in South Africa, and they're a fabric of South Africa. And then he brought up the whole crime issue, which, he brought up how, the African immigrants that come with crime, they pimping, allegedly, selling dope, allegedly. So from what he was saying, he's saying that when the African immigrants come to South Africa, they're adding no value to the country. And causing more harm than doing good. That's what he said, for the most part. And the Afrikaners get a pass because they've been there for so long. 400 years, 300, 400 years, whatever. That's what he said. That pretty much African immigrants add no value to South Africa. That's what he said. And that they need to go back to their countries and fix the issues in their countries, and people migrate all the time. Migration's been going on forever. And I think he even said he has no problem with migration or immigration. He's just saying that the African immigrants are coming aren't adding any value to South Africa. They're not bringing any value. And they should just go back and fix the issues in their country. And that the right Afrikaners get a pass because they've been there for so long. So that's what he said. Interesting points. Let's discuss them. Let's talk about it. Passport King, go ahead.
Peace, Dinus. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Thank you for letting me up. Well, I'm just going to get right into it. Where is the Pan-Africanism? And I'm going to keep it to South Africa.
So Passport King, I'm going to answer that question. We discussed this too. Pan-Africanism is a creation out of the West. And the reason why it came out of the West is because we were the minority and we were oppressed under a white majority. So we couldn't be tribal. We had to unite as one. And that's why Pan-Africanism is, I don't want to say thought or a creation out of blacks from the West. And it's starting to, it's catching on in Africa, but at the same time, Passport King, when it comes to Pan-Africanism, you still have to offer value. Wow. So if I'm moving in the name of Pan-Africanism, I still have to bring and offer something of value and contribute. Like I can't go to another country, scream Pan-Africanism, but then, as in the words of what South Africans are saying about the African immigrants, not bring any value and leech off of the safety nets that they have in countries like South Africa, or the government programs, whatever you want to call it. Go ahead.
And check it, Dinus. I agree with the South Africans. I support them 100%. I support any peoples, not just of the so-called black diaspora, or if you want to use African. I got my issues with that, as you're well aware. I support peoples anywhere in any nation putting their people first. That's not being selfish. That's just basic survival and common sense. Like, we use the analogy. Let's say, not to get anyone's business, but let's say hypothetically someone has children, right? You cook a meal, you feed your family first, right? Now, if you want to give to your neighbors, if you have extra, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's core charity, good faith, being a good citizen. But if you're going to give resources away, all the food in your fridge to neighbors, and you got nothing for your own family, most people look at that person like, wow, what's wrong with that person? They're like, something's not right in their head. They're irresponsible. But to bring it back to the actual issue, and these tensions in South Africa, I've been peeping it for months. This is nothing new. This has been going on for a while now. It's just that now it's reaching fever pitch where it's literally 1 degree at the most, 1 degree away from becoming outright armed conflict, whether it's with machetes or other things. But this has been going on for a while. So, and again, am I saying that violence is the answer? Of course not. But people feel frustrated and they're thinking like, wait a minute, in their case, the people who in the largest group in South Africa, if I remember correctly, are the Zulus, right? So they're thinking, well, this is our country. This is the land of our ancestors. Why does it seem like other people are being put before us? Even if that's not the case, just the perception is bad. So I'm not saying that any type of violence is the answer, but I understand the frustration. And I'm not going to downrate the people, whether they be Zulus or other tribes who are indigenous to South Africa, feeling that way. They just might have to, change their tactics a bit in their response. And I'll land my plane there.
All right, go ahead, Elvis. Unmute yourself, Elvis.
All right. Thank you, Dinus. Hello to you on the panel, in the chat. Look, we've had this conversation, right? And I said, and I would regurgitate that statement and say that South Africans should lobby their lawmakers to make laws. You know, don't forget, perhaps this is not the majority of the viewpoint of South Africans. And you have a French group like the Dula who are, I hate to use the word, even be too insulting to them, but it's saying like emasculated men who are protesting on the street. One of the things that they're saying is that the Nigerians or the other Africans are taking their women. Who says that? Yeah,
Right.
who says things like that? And then they are targeting the Africans, especially Zimbabweans and Mozambicans, because they're coming in and selling cheap laborers. Those are things that your government should be working on your behalf to protect you. If they feel like you're at risk of not having employment because other people can come in your country and do it cheaper, that's a problem. Like the same thing here. If you can draw parallels to the United States, those people that's making all these noise that the illegals are coming in and they're doing they're picking fruits on the farm in Georgia and Alabama. Most of them will never want to do that job, even for $20 an hour. They don't want to be in that hot ass sun picking fruits and tomatoes and apples and whatever in the sun. So those people are not even really competing with them. Because a young person is not going to work in a factory. You need a paperwork. You need this. They're not going to work in the office space. They're not really going to compete with you in anything that you do on the up and up. So, but people just have some kind of hatred and they mask it with illegal immigration. But my point here is the South African government, particularly that the ANC, they know their history. They know what they went through. They know that if they start, you know, uh, uh, putting out xenophobic laws and policy, it's gonna look like they got they that white government rubbed up on them. Sometimes you become the thing that you hate the most. We see it here with certain groups in the United States. The rhetoric that white supremacists and racist people spew, certain groups who that rhetoric was used against, they start to use it on other people that they feel is inferior to them. So certain groups starts to become hateful. The same hate that they were giving, they kind of repackage it and they give it to another group that they think is inferior to them. So the white South Africans said that's the same thing they said. They used to say that there are not enough resources, that they've created wealth in the country, and they're not going to share the resources with the Africans who are lazy, who bring nothing to the table, who don't contribute to the development of the country. So they separated them. They put them in shanty towns. They put them in places like Soweto's, put them in ghettos, and the whites was enjoying the wealth, excluding those blacks who they felt like they didn't add anything and was intellectually, inferior to them. And now you're seeing a similar thing happening with black South Africans saying, "Well, there's not enough to go around. We don't have enough of all these Africans. We don't have." Look, Donis, I saw a stat yesterday that blew my mind. There are 7.5 million people in South Africa who are positive with HIV. That's more than the entire population of Liberia. I think even closer to the entire population of Sierra Leone. So
Yeah.
imagine
It
that.
is.
Imagine that. So
And
for
and and
me,
and, and Namibia.
right. So for me, I think
And probably Rwanda.
okay, that is I hear you. So for me, I think the fact that
And Cape Verde.
okay, I think the fact that so many South Africans are saying what they're saying about Africans is just a scapegoat because the real elephant in the room is white South Africans. There's not laws to protect the black South Africans. They don't support Julius, Malema, who's been speaking up for them, who's been saying the things that they want to say secretly, but are too afraid to say it to the white man. They don't support him in droves. If that was the sentiment of the majority of the country, the EFF would be very well populated with many South Africans. But they're afraid to make the white South Africans mad. They don't want to lose their businesses. They don't want to lose their corporations. They don't want to lose their protection and their privilege of being adjacent to white economic power structure in their country. So what they do is they attack the lowest hanging fruits, the Africans. So I'll pass the mic for now, but it's just a silly thing. They got to just fight to change the laws to protect themselves better. Other than that, they're going to be a pariah on the continent of Africa, and people are not going to like them. But thank you, Donnie. So I'll pass the mic.
All right, go ahead, Castro.
Peace, Diners. Peace to everybody on the panel.
Peace.
Yeah, I agree with Elvis, man. This is just a case of you know, self hate, what you want to call it. The big elephant in the room, like Elvis said, is white South Africans. They hold majority to all the wealth in South Africa. Um, they are responsible for other Africans coming there to live there on the refugee programs or whatever program they come over to live under. It's the white South Africans who are responsible for that. I mean, it's similar to America, how the white folks are responsible for Venezuelans in our neighborhood I mean even other Africans, continental Africans. Not that they a problem over here to me, but they're responsible for any immigrants that come into your neighborhoods, into your environment. So they're not gonna blame those people because they don't want to. They don't really want war with those people. But what they're gonna do is waste time by attacking other powerless Africans who probably ran from their situation in whatever country that they lived in to come and make a better living for themselves where they at in South Africa. Like it's just a time wasting mechanism. Negroes waste time all over the planet, and we got the similar methods on wasting time. So whether it's South Africans attacking Africans in Africa, or it's FBA in America attacking immigrants or black immigrants in America, like it's just time consuming tactics, and it gives us the illusion that we're doing something, that we're getting work done, and we're really not. So I love black South Africa. I always say that the best thing to come out of black South Africa is Shaka Zulu. But other than that, I see there's a similar story between black South Africa and black America. However, black South Africa is the majority and we're the minority over here. So it's kind of like flipped over. I think we can learn a lot from each other, but only if we open to the information. We've seen this before. We know what's going on in South Africa. This is a group of people that's going around doing that. It don't reflect how majority of South Africans feel about other continental Africans. And I'll just land my plane there.
All right, go ahead, CD.
Hey, Dennis, here's the panel. Um, so I would, first of all, I'm not supporting what the South Africans are doing, but again, I would compare the situation with with New York, specifically Harlem. So when I visited Durban, especially in South Africa, I can only compare when I first moved to Harlem, right? At that time, it was maybe 80% black, and it was 20% white. And there were a few Africans at that time, including myself. So Africans were target for Black Americans, same as what is going on in South Africa. And they were saying, well, Africans are coming to take our job. But right now, it's about 60% white, 40% black. Maybe we now 40% majority are Africans, right? And all these guys that were causing the noise, and their parents left them brownstone. They sold everything to white folks, and they let them move out because they could not maintain those houses. That's why before, instead of you buying a house in this country to live with your kid, give them education and give them career. They could not maintain it. They have sold it to the white folks and move out of Harlem. So black people have lost Harlem completely, totally, completely. Only recently, Ashton last month, he said he bought a place because they have lost Harlem, which is late for them. So in the situation in South Africa, they all the black people that moved there, they moved into the black neighborhood. Specifically, the Ghanaian guy, I think he was going to the nail salon, and when they attack him, right? And most of the time, people travel. There are certain jobs they don't want to do in their home, in their country. They want to go to the next country and do that because it's 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 comfortable for them to do certain job. It's almost like when you leave from Africa, you come to America. I was a security guard, but I won't be a security guard back in Africa. But it's comfortable for me to do it here because nobody know me and I will still make money. So South Africans should understand everybody fight for them, especially West African. I can remember there's one of the musicians they call Mary Makiba. She was living in Guinea. She was carrying Guinean passport during the apartheid system. When you read history, you heard about she was living with Kwame Nkrumah in Dalaba in Guinea as a refugee. And Guineans provided everything for her. So everybody struggled for South Africa to gain their independence. But it seems South Africans should know if not, you know, people move for economic reason, they want to go and get a better life. But if you look at it, the situation in South Africa, this is a country that is being infiltrated by so much HIVs and so many crime rate, the highest crime rate ever in any nation, right? And out of that crime rate, only 2% is committed by African immigrant, right? So this is more of like a self-hatred. They have certain hatred for the Black people. Otherwise, they have the Indians, they have white South Africana. Why they not going after these people, right? So it is sad, it is embarrassing. And this is what happens when people failing, they tend to be enemy, they tend to go against immigrant. And that's not going to solve their problem at all. When you go to South Africa, you will know these people apartheid still work because especially places that Black people live, right? So it's sad to hear that they doing these things to Africans, and it's no without for us to explain it. It's very very sad, and we all experiencing the same thing in America right now. That's why Black people are losing everywhere, you know, especially in New York. You come to Harlem, you hardly see Black people anymore. You know, we don't own anything. You know, even though it's named Malcolm X Boulevard or Dr. Martin Luther King Boulevard or Adam Clinton Powell, Frederick Douglass, but none of these places are owned by Black people anymore. They all been taken over by white folks. Because of self-hatred. You know, but I'll land there for now. But thank you.
All right, SMA, it's SMH. Go ahead.
Hey, Dennis, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why you tried to block me yesterday, bro. I was trying to get on the panel, bro, because I was trying to answer a few questions to the South African dude, but I couldn't get up. I don't know why. Like I was waiting for a whole hour, but anyway, it's really not different. Anything he says is if you pay attention to everything he said to all his points, it's really not different. That much different from the FBA rhetoric. Right? It's whoever they're pretty much fighting to be the closest ones to whiteness. Right? It's pretty much the same thing. And I think it's just a trauma, from apartheid. Because you got to understand, a lot of people don't know this, but the U.S. actually studied the South African apartheid because that it was the perfect system, the perfect racist system, or the best one out at the time. So they pretty much studied it. So when I hear that South African dude call in and complain about the other Africans that come in, he and ruin South Africans for him, he has no idea that a lot of these African countries helped free them from oppression, right? Nigeria used to send money to the ANC back in the day. Cameroon, Ghana, sent a lot of money and support to the ANC so they could fight off the white oppressors. And I heard him talk about how he has no problem with the white people in South Africa. Of course, he's not gonna have no problem with them because they run the finance, all the finance and all the money that comes in the country. It's pretty much run by all the white structure. All right. What he doesn't understand is that he's fighting to pretty much how do I put this? He's fighting to get close to the white South Africans that hate him. I used to grow. I mean, I kind of grew up with this white South African here, right? And in the state, and he used to hate black South Africans. I had no idea why. He used to be like, black South Africans are dumb. They don't read books. You know, they're just leeches pretty much to the system. And he wished they could go back to, you know, how it was back in the day. And I never understood why. But then I had to do my study and really understand how you know, what happened in South Africa once the apartheid got lifted up. You know, a lot of the black South Africans pretty much took over the institution, the government position and institution back in the days. But the banking system, the Boer family still run pretty much 5% of the economy of the whole country, right? And that's just one white family. So there's a lot of stuff that he doesn't understand, and he's probably not going to understand until 20 years or 30 years from now, when even if we take all the African migrants that live in South Africa today out of the country, it's not going to change anything because you don't run anything. You don't own any bank, right? You can't loan anything to your friend. You can't do anything without the approval of the white South Africans. So in some ways, it really hasn't changed that much since the days of the apartheid. Right? It's pretty much the same thing. But anyway, I'm going to come back because I still have a lot of points I'm trying to address. But that's all I got for now.
Reverend Green, go ahead, Reverend Green. Reverend Green. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you, proud Americans. Rise and shine. This is Reverend Green, the man in the high castle.
Oh my fucking God.
And on this beautiful day, this beautiful Saturday, it is a blessed Saturday.
Cool, bro.
And I want to say thank you for Mr. Dinus for search
Cool,
for
bro.
Uhuru.
Cool.
He has the best African Center channel on YouTube universe.
So
hit the like button, share, subscribe.
Hey, SMH, don't interrupt him. Don't interrupt him. Go ahead.
Also, I want to say a prayer. I want to say a prayer for those who are in South Africa. Delineation is super necessary. Delineation is holy and is ordained by the Most High. So go forth with it. Go forward with it. And that will be all. That will be all, sir.
Okay, American First Rifle Man, go ahead.
Hi. Hey, thank you, guys. A couple of things. I understand in the past, other countries, really mostly activists. I'm not gonna. I think maybe a couple of governments went out of their way to help South Africa during apartheid and all that stuff. But the vast majority of that work was done by activists. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I guess correct me after I'm done. But the main thing is I don't understand how Black South Africans are on the hook just because of what happened before. They have to let in millions of other Africans, illegal and legal, into their country that inevitably fight for resources from them. It doesn't have to be malicious, but that's just how it is. It's just the numbers. I would be more in favor of immigration going there if the vast majority of the immigrants went there and created jobs for Black South Africans.
How are they
then
going
it'd
to
be
do
hard
that?
for
The immigrants. They
stop,
don't have
sir. Please don't interrupt. So no, I'm just saying. I just got on. I mean, I didn't interrupt you, sir. So anyway. If they're going there en masse and creating jobs for South Africans, okay, cool. You know, that's a fair exchange. They're getting something out of it. South Africans getting out of it. But I don't see the benefit for South Africans if millions of people are coming over, starting stores and small, which is cool. Like, you know, being economically productive is good instead of just laying around not doing nothing. But at the end of the day, it doesn't benefit South Africans, and that's what the immigration should be for, is them. Everybody keeps falling back on this, or they just want to be close to the white folks and they just want to be white folks. It's like, no, they want to, well, for one, white folks are South Africans, and that's another debate. A lot of black folks, want to complain about,
We're
like, they
not
shouldn't even be there.
South
Let
Africans.
me
Everyone
finish,
in Canada
sir.
is
Let
South
me
African,
finish,
bro.
sir. Let me finish. Stop, sir. Stop. So, like I
So
said,
dumb.
that's a stop, sir. That's another conversation on whether they should be there or not. But Rainbow Nation, they're South African citizens, so they have the right to be there. Just like the Black South Africans have a right to determine who they want and don't want in their country. So I just don't understand why everybody else think they feel the right to say they should be there. It's just the white folks' fault. It's like, no, the ANC is pretty corrupt, and until recently they were, they're more like, oh, we need to enforce more of the laws and all that. But prior to that, I'm pretty sure the elites, just like they blame the white folks to let them come in. No, the elites and the ANC had their little domestic servants like everybody else, just like the white folks. So we can't keep just falling back on that. So, like I said, I support the South Africans that want
Of course you do.
illegal immigrants out of their country. Well, that because it's their country. They have a right to that. So anyway, I'll just land it there. The South Africans have a right to their country. It not just like y'all feel entitled to go into any country, and that's the reason why there's a huge rise against immigration around the world, because the last
Of
40, 50
course.
years, there's been a high amount of entitlement to people going shopping, economically shopping to go to other people's countries around the world. And so that needs
Can
to
I
come to an end.
can I ask you a question too?
Yes, sir.
So are you against immigration in the United States, right?
I'm not against immigration. It just needs to
I
be
mean
regulated the
black
right
immigrants,
way.
right? You want less black immigrants in the United States, right?
No, I want people that are going to actually do something good in America,
Like,
not
do you
just,
know how
oh, let me
immigration
finish.
works?
Let me answer your question. I don't want, whether they're white, black, whatever, I don't want them over here because, oh, we feel sorry for them. They're in poverty over there. So we need to bring them over here and give them stuff or whatever, which that's not every immigrant, but there's a good amount of people that have been let in America that are just let in because they're poor, not because they're actually here to benefit Americans. So yeah, it's not
This
has
is
nothing to do
white
with their black or
this is a
African.
white supremacist talking point. Like,
It's
no
not a white
immigrants
supremacist talking
moving
point
to
to
a
want people to
country
come
without
into your
internet.
country that aren't a drain. That's not
All right,
white
guys.
supremacist talking point.
Guys, let me read the super chat. John and Zola, thank you for $1.99. Holla, big shout out to AFR. Great seeing you, bro. All right, go ahead, Kala. Unmute yourself, Kala.
Oh yeah, like I said, I did a show last night. I was trying to wait on your show yesterday, but where you go pick up Mansa or something like that? I was sitting there
Yeah,
waiting.
I did. Yeah, I had stepped out to go pick him up. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like waiting out, and I ended up falling asleep in my car. I was like, shit, man, damn.
Yo,
Anyway,
Kala, you the goat, bro. You the goat.
so anyway, I did a show on this last night one night, and it was very explosive. I had Losey call in, and you go back and listen to my show last night. It was war on the topic. Now, what I take away from this, at the time, I was listening to the West Africans, like your Elvira up here, and St. James, and all these other people, and they were clowning on Losey. And look, there's some truth to the fact that South Africa is a white economy. That's why Mark Blanton is there. Be honest with ourselves.
It's
That's
a
why Mark.
fact.
It's a white economy, and the bottom line, white people built the infrastructure, but black people labor is what made the gold mines, the diamond mines, all that stuff possible. The infrastructure of South Africa was built by black people. So there is like a entitlement thing. What I don't like is a lot of black Africans, West Africans, try to discredit the black South Africans to their birthright. That's the problem. And then what happens is this I did not know there were so many Ghanaians there. There's estimated 20,000 Ghanaians in South, illegally and legally. I thought it was
Hey, Kala, your connection is you going in and out.
yeah, let me because I have my phone down. Look, check this out. I did not know there was so many Ghanaians there, right? And then also, if you go there for the 90 days, right? You go for the 90 days and you leave, right? People are going there and staying, setting up businesses, everything like that. And some people will say, well, they open business. Yeah, but the thing is, though, just like in America, right? You got people coming to this country, driving tractor trailers, doing businesses without licenses and stuff like that. A country has structure, has laws. If it was that easy, everybody could go. I could go to China tomorrow and set up a business. Without no laws under the table, anybody could do that. But when you follow the laws and then see what you could do. So these people followed the law there'd be less than 1% of these people be in business in South Africa. A lot of businesses are illegally, under the table, illegally. So therefore, at the same time, I'm gonna land with this. At the same time, they're doing all that, right? Illegal business and stuff like that, right? They're on the internet just running their mouth. They had the Nigerian guy said that he was going to be an Igbo king of Eastern Cape, and this is fueling this anger in the country, and it becomes explosive. If it was one thing, if people just there, okay, they're there minding their business right there. They say, well, what about the whites? The whites are not on social media mocking black South Africans, because if it was not for black South Africans, they wouldn't be there in the first place. They didn't come there in large numbers under apartheid. They came there and there was a black government and a black majority in charge. So but to disrespect these people in their own country, that's where I think the problem comes in. It's all about respect, and I'll land with that.
Dinas, can I say this real quick? Look,
Go ahead.
if somebody come into your country and you are already gainfully employed, you think those Africans are going to go to your
It doesn't
job?
matter. It doesn't matter.
Tyler, hold on a second, please. They're going to go to your job and talk to your boss, and your boss is going to fire you and replace you with that African that just came into your country? Of course not. So most of these people who are talking, they're probably already unemployed. They're not employed, gainfully. Most of these immigrants that's coming there are doing the lowly jobs. They're not going to these big corporations and working there and getting a
Yeah,
high paying
but
job.
they don't belong there in
Kyler,
the first
Are
please,
place.
they
Hey,
what?
please.
Are they
Kyler,
or are they
you gotta
wrong?
let them talk. You gotta let them talk. Go ahead, Elvis.
So, and then lastly, Diners, if an African come here and tell you, Diners, I get more women than you. Diners, I got a better job than you. Diners, you just brush it off and say whatever. You know what I mean? A confident man who's doing well in his country, he doesn't listen to nonsense from other people who's talking shit about him. You don't go and start a group and say, well, these Africans are taking our jobs. They're taking our women. They're doing better than us. The scarce resources in our country have to be protected. You don't say stupid shit like that. So for me, I think go to your government. The government are the one empowered to enforce the laws. If you think that the laws are not being enforced, advocate for your government to enforce the laws.
Yo,
If you
Elvis,
think
let me ask
somebody
you
is
a
doing
question.
something wrong,
Does that
go and
God
violate
bless
snitch
whites?
to the
America.
go
God
and
bless
snitch to
ICE.
the police. So for me, this argument that South Africans are right because it's a whisper of what's happening here in America. You see a lot of these FBAs,
Hey,
finding
but
sympathy with the.
FBAs are
Tyler,
not
please let me
accredited
just
by
flesh out my thought,
Afrikaners.
It's
brother.
the exact
You
same
would
thing.
you would
It's the
find them
exact same
fleshing
thing.
out sympathies with
Sir,
these people because they think they're competing with scarce resources. The thing about America that most people don't understand: illegal immigrants. There came out a study that they pay more into the tax system than
That's a
they
lie.
receive.
That's a
That is
You
lie.
see,
complete
they
bullshit.
can't
That
they
is
can't
That's a
complete
get
lie.
social
bias.
security,
You are
they can't
lying.
get
That's a
welfare
fucking lie.
programs, and they
That
Pro-immigration
still
is
pay
propaganda,
taxes.
sir.
you
Because
just straight up
hold
Pro-immigration
lying
on,
now.
propaganda.
every time
You
an
ain't no
illegal
more. You
immigrant goes
lying.
to the store, just 1 second, every time he goes to a store and buy
Illegal
anything
immigrants eat up
or
over
pay for any
200
service, he's
billion in
paying taxes
taxes
on those
at the
things.
local,
So is
state,
He's
everybody
paying
else.
and
taxes
federal
on those
level.
things,
That's what
and he's
everybody
not
else.
going to
None of
reap
them
any
is
of
doing
the social
Let me ask
benefits that this country has to
Elvis.
offer
Let me
because
ask
it's
you a
illegal.
question.
over
Let me
But
ask you
but
a question.
Albert,
sir,
$200
when
billion
are you going back
the
home?
typical
a year.
Go back to
example
your
is
That
homeland,
is
sir.
documented.
the typical
You
example is
lying,
Harlem,
Elvis.
right?
Elvis, you either
Hold on,
lying or you just
I gotta
completely
pass the
lying.
mic. I gotta read the
I
super
said,
chat and pass the
Dennis,
mic.
it's like
I gotta read the super chat and pass the mic to Africa. Shout out to Black South African standing. Somebody needs to mute their mic. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. There we go. All right. Shout out to Black South Africans standing up for the communities, praying for stronger borders, fair for policies, and real opportunities for the locals. Thank you, FBA Online for the 499 holla. All right, go ahead, Africa.
Hallelujah. Amen.
Go ahead, Africa. Africa, mute yourself.
His Digicel cell phone device is out of
All
order.
right, Babaliko. Go ahead, Babaliko.
Yeah, I'll say what the South Africans. I agree with. I don't really don't agree with Elvis, but I agree with Elvis on this one. Okay, what the South African is doing is absolutely ridiculous. When I was there, I have some Black American friends over there that build nice big houses and stuff. They don't really say too much, but when I was talking to them, they and all disagree, but they doesn't say it out loud. But when I was there, and there was these South Africans misbehaving, like the ANC and stuff, Ramaphosa, they're not going to really say nothing because they don't want to lose votes. The only person who really talks there is Malema, and he lost a lot of votes for that. But what I was hearing on the ground is a lot of the whites hire a lot of the Zimbabweans and Nigerians and stuff on the farms and stuff, and they work the farm. So I don't know what they're really the South Africans getting mad about, because a lot of the jobs is farm works and selling stuff on side of the streets. Is no big jobs. It's little jobs that they're working.
I think I would say this, brother. I think it's the principal thing. Let me ask you a question. In every country in Africa, you have this problem. In Nigeria, you have a problem.
Oh Lord Jesus, Kala, just ask the question, Kala. Just ask the question. I got.
Yeah, go ahead.
We got to pass the mic, Kala. Kala, just ask the question.
Ghana, they want Nigerians gone, Togolese gone. Nigeria is the more welcoming.
Kala. I don't think you hear me. I don't think you can hear me.
Yeah, Donis. So this is a topic that I'm happy that you brought here, because I'm having a problem with them South Africans. I don't like how they behave against their brothers, because they don't do that to nobody else. They don't do that to the white South Africans who still have their land today, the gold mines and everything. They own everything. Just recently, a Jewish guy came and bought up how much acres up in the mountains where they can't even go anymore, and they put a big fence there, and they can't even go there. But there's nobody up there saying anything, and so they have a big problem with that. They have the PA party and the Action SA. They get a lot of votes of being xenophobia, a lot of votes, and they take a lot of EFF. A lot of people left the EFF and went to these people because of that. So South Africa have a big issue there, man. They got a really, really big issue there when it comes with other folks. I don't understand what is some of these people saying with people coming in, but come on, man. What jobs are they really doing that the South Africans are acting up for? What, do they want to work on the farms? They want to go and clean the white people house in South Africa?
They're drug dealing too much.
Because
they're killing kids. They're setting up candy stores.
Let them talk.
Yeah, because that. Hold on 1 second, sir. Because that's the jobs they are doing. So I don't see what's the xenophobia and the
Kala. Let him. I gotta pass the mic. He can't.
Yeah, and the xenophobia and the misbehavior because a lot of them don't even work. It used to have one guy called Lux. Lux. He was a big guy that used to be going around and fighting the EFF and everything. With these guys fighting them, saying, no, we don't want them here. But guess what? He said, no, man, I got to stop doing that because, I look in, I got friends too from some Zimbabweans and Nigerians, and they come here, they just work it. So I got the Tanta Lux, and he stopped doing that. So, but they still have a couple of these people that's running around doing this stuff in South Africa, and I think it's very dangerous.
So
because
let me ask you a question. Okay, now, do you think law enforcement...
Let him finish, please.
I think
let him ask this question. It's fine. Right.
Okay. Look, what do you think? Like I said, this is what I'm saying. Do you believe there's such thing as a nation state, or public nation state? I mean, that's what the president. Do you agree that? Hold up. Me personally,
Kala, I gotta pass the mic. Kala.
And the citizen has dual
Oh Lord, guys, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we do.
Kala got his phone to his mouth and nothing in his ear to hear.
Okay, there's laws on the books, right?
Kala, ask the question. Kala, ask the question. Golly, man.
You got to mute him.
Go ahead.
Tell him to get out and come back in.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. Yeah, thank you, brother Linus. For the great work as always. Giving us your time. To come here. And give us the opportunity to give our opinions. Really grateful, brother CD and everyone. Great to see you back.
Yeah, welcome, bro.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you, sir. So basically, yesterday I was a bit fiery towards the South African brother, but we had me and Mansa, and him. We did had a little moment to talk about it, at the backstage, and trying to understand really where they're coming from. I did try to get my opinion through, which he understood. But I can see also, where, he misspoke. Because what he's trying to say is, it's not all Africans who are not welcome to South Africa. But however, he said there's a particular group of Nigerian people who came to the country who are badly misbehaving compared to the other groups. These are the people that he's talking about. He gave an example of a Nigerian who his mom used to look admired to because his mom goes to the church for over 10 years. This guy, he never missed a church. He goes to church every single day. He prays more than everybody else. But guess what? The guy got killed about not long ago, only to find out he was murdered by his gang members. This guy, he was involved in heavy kidnapping, outside the airport in Johannesburg, involving kidnapping, pimping, and stuff like that. His mom was absolutely traumatized. He couldn't believe that this Nigerian guy came across so religious, who never missed church one day in 10 years, would involve in this sort of crime. So some of our people, badly represent Africa. When they go outside the continent, they badly misrepresent the African people when they go to the other African countries, and that needs to be exposed. That needs to
Yeah, Africa. I'm not
because
cutting you off, but that's only 2%
Was the Nigerian guy a
of
Fulani
immigrants.
Nigerian?
Only 2%. Only 2% of the crime that is committed in South Africa is committed by immigrants. So I just want you to be clear with that. It's not. It's
Yeah, no,
2%.
I agree. No, yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. Most of the crime is committed by locals, but in all fairness, it's their country. Okay, every country you go, you're gonna get locals who commit crimes more than the outsiders. I totally agree. I did had a lot of pushback. I did not just take it in. Elvis, I'll come to you later. Don't worry. So yeah, so basically, I had to push back, and I said to him, yeah, but that's normal. And I wish he's gonna come. I hope if he's listening, he can come up because it's nice to have a South African to give their own view. And I actually goes into the political, you know, um, climate in South Africa, which I think is very worrisome. Where you think ANC is gonna be nowhere to be found in the next few years. You think it's either gonna be like a great coalition in South Africa, and that's the mood that they find themselves in. And I did press hard. Why are you guys allowing non-native Africans to be native of the land of South Africa, where for a fact that other Africans are not welcome. And he basically gave a pushback saying a lot of these non-native, they have been there for 300 years. They find themselves mixed with the population, so they're allowed. Okay, fine. But let's be real. There are certain group of African people who do not represent themselves well everywhere they go. In a large scale, they involve in a robbery, crimes, and also pimping, kidnapping, and so on. I mean, this is if you're gonna do it in your country, fine. Don't go to another man's country and do it and think they're gonna tolerate it because some people are zero tolerant towards others. We know that. So that's a different issue. Okay, but however,
South
my
Africa needs
point is,
ice over there.
sorry, they need eyes. Please.
Yes, they do. They need their own
Yeah,
version of ice. Ice
yeah.
is
They need. I
holy.
mean,
Ice is doing
that's why I
God's
said.
work in the
I
United
said
States.
they shouldn't. They shouldn't blame the immigrant. They should actually blame the people who are actually, and the authorities who are not doing their jobs well because they should actually concentrate on the criminals who are coming in their country, violating the immigration rules, committing crimes in the street, killing innocent people. They should be sent back to their country. They should be put in prison. You shouldn't allow that. And he also emphasized about the land.
Africa, if
Yeah.
ICE can fail in
Mm,
America, ICE doesn't work
yeah.
anywhere. ICE fail already here. So why you need ICE in South Africa? They already
Let,
failed.
Yeah.
let's not mix the let's not miss the thing
Yeah.
here. They're crying about their resources.
Yeah.
They say the Africans are competing with them for
Exactly.
resources. They're not
No,
even
They
complaining
trying
about
to
the
no,
cut.
that's
crime
They're trying
true.
to
because
cut
they
That's
know
lives
that they
off
have
of
a
okay.
high
That's
Africa
crime
no,
rate
for
already.
All right,
no.
customers.
guy.
That's
Let
true.
Africa finish. Let Africa finish. Go ahead.
Africa does need an
Thank you,
ice
Dennis.
system.
Yeah, that's true, and I understand that. But Elvis, even you yourself, you sit there and talk about others. You come from a ethnic group who actually are not native to Liberia. You came from Nigeria. You only not long ago came to Liberia. But you actually fought against the people who came to civilize and build your country, the African Americans who came to Liberia and develop your country. You fought against them for power. So you're the last person to actually listen to when it comes to those things, bro. You're not even you don't
Did
even
you
belong
just
to
did you
Liberia.
just put it out of your
When you look at
ass,
your
or did you
ticket.
do research on it?
Ooh, cook 'em.
You belong to the Ijaw group of Nigeria,
Joe
the
Group? Are
Niger
you
Delta. You don't
stupid?
belong
We're
to.
related to them,
Yes,
but
you
I don't
belong to
belong to
southern
them.
Nigeria. You don't belong to Liberia. The Kru people are not native to Liberia, man.
Those people
You
came and my
came
people
there
there. We fought
and fought
wars
against
against them. How
native.
can you
You
say
fought
I
against
came
African
there and voted
Americans.
against them?
You fought against African Americans for power, and you don't know what to do with the power. Look how you destroyed the nation. And your guy Bagbo in the Ivory Coast done the same thing. Look at what he did. He nearly destroyed the Ivory Coast. So you should be the last person that's speaking about issues like that. Please just be quiet, mute.
Oh man,
Okay? And what
Now
I'm
you
you
trying to
see
must
say
have
what
is
put it
this.
out of
FBA
your
been
ass,
saying for the
bro.
longest?
You like
Now
to
you see?
disparage Nigerians every chance you
They've
get.
been
I don't
trying to
stand for
destiny
it
swap
You
with
see how
you.
because you
that's
got
why
a
you
full
don't
and
like
You got
supremacist
FBA.
your own
mindset,
brothers over there
and
as
you
well.
spew
All right,
rhetoric to
Okay.
try to disparage Southern Nigerians, and I won't stand for it.
Hold on. Africa, you got 30 seconds. I got to pass it to say James.
Okay. So yeah. So when the people go into other people's land, from Nigeria or any other country, please respect the people, respect their laws. In South Africa, please stop targeting other African people, who actually been there for you, helping you to fight against apartheid, and work with them instead of fighting against them. They'll also fight against the people who are actually coming to your country trying to destroy it. These are the two things you should separate, put them aside. But I'll pass the mic for now. I'll let someone else speak. Thank you, Dinus. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, say James. Go ahead.
Hi, Donis. Thanks for having me. And, hope that those people that are
Yeah.
calling are African minded because I'm hearing FBA's talking over here, right? And I know it's an open panel and people can come in, but this is an African issue between Africans, right? So if you don't love Africa, you don't love Africans, you shouldn't be here. Trust me, you shouldn't.
Okay,
That's not your.
say. Hold on.
No, no, no. I get your point. I'm saying everybody can be here.
Say James. So I just get annoyed when people say that. When I put the link in the chat room, anybody could call in.
Oh no, you that's your channel. I'm just
Right.
saying.
Yeah. I just get
America
annoyed
has
when people say
laws,
that.
right? America has laws, right? When Africans come here, it's because of the fact that
Nice. Let me
America has laws, right? Somebody was alluding to ICE, right? Can you
slow down for a moment.
Passport King.
hey, Donis, I'm not gonna listen.
Hold on.
I'm not in his mama's house, man.
Passport King. Let say James talk. Go ahead, say James.
No,
I'm not in your mama's house, man.
Passport King.
Are you in your Are you in your homeland, sir? Before you
No,
address
I'm in
me,
your mama's ass, man. This is
are
where
you
I
in your
am.
own homeland, sir?
Pause. Let's be respectful, guys. Come on.
I never left. I never left my homeland. This is my ancestors' homeland.
Oh yeah. You can
Did
take
you
it,
ever
shove
leave
it up
your
your ass
homeland,
if you
sir?
want.
Are you in your
Take
homeland?
it and shove it up your
That is,
ass.
you gotta protect some
You
James,
trying
man.
to
Mute those
fight?
guys.
You trying to fight, but you're not protecting your
Man,
own
hey
homeland.
man, hey, take it and shove it up your ass, bro.
All right, y'all.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
know
y'all.
you homo like that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know you homo like that.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks
Hey,
for letting
Donis,
the
can I
world know.
continue?
Hey, let
Can
the
I
man
continue?
speak, man.
Let
The Most High condemns you
Reverend Green, don't
in the name of.
go ahead, say James.
All right, man. Hey, somebody was alluding to ICE, right? So what we are like, the Africans that are now from South Africa, right? We want the system to work for South Africans, right? As far as law and order is concerned.
Right.
Africans are in America, right? When immigration target an African here in America, you don't see Africans outside, protesting against that. Because we do believe that any Africans that come to America has to abide by the law. If you are illegal here in America, America has the right to return you to your homeland. This is not a debate. We agree to that. The same thing should be applied to South Africans. If they have a problem with immigrants and they want them out of their country, the law should work for everyone so people don't feel like they're being targeted. Someone was talking about Nigerians. There's a lot of videos when you see these people, they're not Nigerian, they sit in front of the businesses. Like vigilante groups are going in there, checking their paperwork, checking their status, trying to antagonize them. Those are videos that we as Africans we see. We have an African Union. So most of these people on the panel, they don't know what our African Union works. They don't know how Africans trying to, bring Africans together on the continent. They don't know that. They're looking at it through the lens of America. Africa doesn't work like that. You know a country called Ivory Coast. There's more than 5 million immigrants from all over Africa that live in Ivory Coast. but you don't see a single video of Ivorian kicking a Ghanaian out, kicking a Burkinabe out, kicking a Malian out. So
Great
we
point,
have a
St. James.
system that works for everybody. You understand? But if you have a problem with an immigrant, you should make it clear, you know, and all Africans should be able to help you out. But the way of which you're going at it, no, we're not gonna sit on here and agree to that. We're not. And the idea that Africans shouldn't be talking, this is happening on the continent of Africa. It's not happening in America. I don't even know why these guys are not here talking about it. It's not happening in America. It's happening in Africa between Africans. You don't know
May
the
I
law
speak, Seraphim?
man, listen. And then Dennis, and someone was, listen, I don't want to go there because we already discussed that last night, right? Let's not be disrespectful towards one another. Carla was on here talking all this rubbish, right? Elvis, I want to ask you, who gave Carla a diplomatic passport to Liberia? Because I'm really beginning. Listen, I'm really beginning to suspect something in here. You see what I'm saying? You cannot benefit from Africans that all the time when you come out here, you trying to sneak these Africans. First of all, he's not Liberian. He doesn't come to Liberia by birth, but citizen. Maybe he's married there, but God damn, if you don't like Liberian, you don't like Africa, why are you going in there? Stay in
Tyler's
America
cool,
and
man.
fight
He's
your
just
fight.
emotionally
No,
apoplectic.
I know. Hey, he's cool dude, but every time he want to take shot at Africans, like, listen, we know what our law and order should work. So don't give us lesson about where Africans should be. Nobody's against South Africa. Nobody's against or what they have accomplished for themselves. Nobody's against that. Don't call us jealous. If they're not open to welcoming other immigrants, make it clear. Make it clear. You can do that through the African Union that you subscribe to. Nobody force you to join the African Union. You should remove yourself if you want to, and don't call yourself Africans. And that's your right. That's your right. Because every African country is going through the same thing. All the countries in Africa welcome immigrants from other neighboring countries. We did that. You are not the only one that is going through it. Your situation is not unique. It's not. So stop pretending that everybody is running to your country. I gave you an example of other countries that are welcoming immigrants from West Africa. So they're not unique, Dennis. We don't have those videos. You show me a video in Ivory Coast where these people are doing this.
And that's true. That's definitely true. That's
Same James. The only difference with Ivory Coast.
I
Okay.
gotta read the super chat. Summer, none other baddie. Thank you for $2 holla. Black people anywhere don't build infrastructure at all. FBA Young Line, thank you for $4.99 holla. Al, just say it plainly, if it is the Igbos going to South Africa misbehaving, trafficking drugs.
As far as
but Dennis,
let me land. As far as
I'm not reading the money. Now I gotta don't interrupt me when I'm reading the money. Thank you. FBA Young Line, thank you for $1 holla. Al is cooking. Let this Liberian know. All right.
Let me land my plan. Just 1 second, Carla, Dennis.
Okay.
Listen, as far as these FBAs are concerned, right? I don't want to be vile with my word, but they can suck a dick and hit a dick, nigga.
Say James, that's
$10 fine, St. James.
Say James, that's $10 fine.
Yeah, but I mean,
hold on, City. Hold on. Say James, that's a $10. That's a tariff.
At a BC.
Hey, man, hey, Dennis, I'm gonna pay you, man. I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna pay you because that's why I didn't want everybody to listen to me. But I keep my word though. I keep my word.
No. Hold on. Say James, you gotta send your tariff.
No. Send the link, man. Send the link my way, bro.
No, it's not. It's right there on the screen. The Cash App's on the screen.
I'm gonna exit and pay you $10 because matter of fact, I pay you $20 for this.
Okay.
Pay for future N-word use, St. James. We got one in the bank.
Because I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna do it more. So can I pay you $40 so I can do it?
You're funny, man.
That is expleting us, man. You trying to control speech, man. We got to protest some free speech on this platform.
Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do down is I'm gonna give you 50. So I'm gonna let you anybody that want to use a disrespect.
I get 2 N-word pass with that, Dennis.
I'm gonna do 50. I'm gonna do 50.
Okay.
Thank you, St. James. I think what he said is 100%
Thank you, St. James.
You know, it's that's why Black people right now they have lost Harlem completely, right? This is the only place that is being identified by Black Americans, and they have lost it completely. 80% white, 20% Black. They have Malcolm X
You
Boulevard,
don't
they
know
have
history.
Martin
You're
Luther
just
King Boulevard.
talking
Everything has been
anti-black
taken away.
rhetoric.
And
You don't know the history of
it is
Harlem.
sad that
Is the
all
passport
the
queen talking while our
brownstones,
man's talking?
all the
Elvis,
brownstones
you
that their
you should
parents
worry
left
about
for
your third
them,
world
they
nation that you
have
try to pretend
sold
you're not
everything
from.
and
Shut up, you
moved back to the
Caribbean
South.
No,
babbling
you
fool.
tell your
It
dad
is
if you
it
know
is
who your
so
dad
sad
is.
that
Yeah.
they were fighting Africans, and
Say
now
the
all of
word
them have
throw. Say
flee.
throw.
They flee their neighborhood, and most of them
Yeah.
have
Your
moved down to the
mom's a
South,
sex worker. That's
sold their
plain and
Now
Yeah.
you
properties.
go to Obama
It
cause.
is
All right,
sad.
yeah, all right. Hold on. No, we're not talking about moms. Hold on, CD. I need you to
Please.
apologize, Passport King.
My
What
apologies. Okay.
what did
All
he
right,
Apology
say?
accepted, brother. Let's
good.
Yeah,
go.
but
All
Passport
right,
King
let's move
CD
on.
was
Don't
speaking.
interrupt.
Please let CD. Yeah.
So let me
Don't interrupt. Go ahead, CD.
so it is the same example here. When I moved in Harlem, it was totally controlled by Black people, right? But now look, white people have taken over 100%, 80% white, 20% Black. And if you
Right.
see any Black person, maybe he's African, all of them have flee. That's why do not work in America
People
and leave
flee.
house with your kid.
No, I'm not trying to be
If
rude.
you
What
leave
do you mean by
Right.
brownstone with
flee?
them, they sell it.
No, wait, let him
They
finish.
have
Let him finish.
sold it and move out
Mm.
because of the
Yeah.
hatred that they have for other Black people, and now they have lost everything. And now
That's not.
last month,
Yeah.
or actually, I
Mm.
don't have to say, "Oh, I'm buying this building because we have lost Harlem." This is the time that you
Mm.
want to buy a place in Harlem,
Yeah.
when you guys have been kicked out from the world neighborhood of Black people.
Yeah,
Sad.
It's the
I
same thing
actually
that
feel
is going on in
sad.
South
Hey,
Africa
Jan,
right now.
you
It's the
don't know
same
James, you
anything.
should
thing.
have sent
It's
it
sad.
through the Cash App, man. You got Donna's only gonna get like 60% of that.
I
It's
said,
the
James, don't
same.
put the cash app on the screen, man. Come on. I said,
It's the
send the
same.
cash app. Say, James. Golly,
Maybe
man.
And and
maybe he
and,
doesn't
and,
have
what and
one.
what's in
But you
James
know what?
said? What's in
Say
what?
James. Say James. I said send it to say James. So the tariffs are paid via Cash App because I'm not gonna see that 50. Say James. So that's more like 30.
Oh
But
man.
say James,
Eh,
we not hold on. Say James, we're not complaining. I appreciate you. Thank you, my
Yeah.
brother. Thank you
eh,
for your
eh,
super chat. Regardless, thank you.
And what's in
Mm.
James said, he's from Burkina Faso, right? But go to Ivory Coast.
Mm.
There are certain part of Ivory Coast when you go, you think you are in Niger. Certain part you go, you will
Right.
see you are in Nigeria. Certain part you go to Ivory
Right.
Coast, you will think you are in Morocco.
Right.
You know,
No, that's true.
but you will never
That's true.
hear the Ivorians are chasing people out like this. There are South Africans in Ivory Coast, South African in Ghana, all over.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
That's
what
right.
this hatred is for, right? If you guys feeling you are most of the time people travel because they go to certain country, they don't want to do certain job in their native country, right? Like a driving cab or working in a salon. They prefer doing
Mm.
that in different countries because people don't know them there, right? That's the reason why
Right.
sometimes people travel. But the guy that they
But
were
in all
chasing out of the
fairness,
near salon, he could do the same
CD,
thing in Ghana.
CD, CD. In all fairness, Ivory Coast is majority francophone brothers. Okay, apart from the Ghanaians that go there, but if they don't
There are a
have a
lot
lot
of
of Nigerians
Nigerians
in
there
Ivory
too.
Coast, but you
A
don't have
lot.
a lot of Nigerian community there, like compared to the other
Yeah,
groups, right?
What's
yeah.
the numbers?
Well,
What's the numbers?
but the
A little bit,
example
yeah,
that you
a
are
little bit.
the example that you are giving, that Nigerian, yeah, we know Nigeria is being hit by everywhere, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you should go after all Africans because certain
No,
Nigerians are
that's I
causing
that's
trouble,
my point, CD. That's my point because
right?
it don't generalize on the entire region and the entire. There's only, in fact, not all Nigerians are doing it. That's what I said to him yesterday. That's what he said also, and I said you should have break it down like that. If you come on the platform and you break it down in this way, look, the massacre is my witness. If he say, come on, I said if he said there's certain group of Nigerian people, not all, certain group of Nigerian people who are going in there and doing this, you do. Yeah, I said you 100% get
Who's the
the
second
support.
group? Africa.
No,
Who's
no,
the
no, no.
second group?
It's Igbo. That's a
he,
that's a
he
fact.
wants to say it, but
Yeah,
he don't
just
want to
say
say it
it.
out
But
You know
loud.
that.
when you
I
go
know
to
that. Stop being
Nairobi,
disingenuous.
Kenya, the same thing. It's the same thing how Nigerians are being hit in,
It's
in
the same
Kenya,
thing.
right? They
Do,
cause
do you
some
know? Do
trouble
you know
over
the
there.
same problem we have? Yeah, they
Everywhere
have
you
that
go,
problem.
Nigerians is causing
CD,
trouble.
as we speak, there is over 2,000 Igbos in the prison of Mali as we speak. I can send the video and the link.
Yeah, yeah,
2,000
I know.
from one
I know.
ethnic group in the prisons in Mali. Why that is?
Well, it's
The
like
Mali that's in a war zone.
yeah, even in Nairobi, when I went there, this guy he killed his Kenyan girl. He butchered her, took some of her body part, and when were they? It happened
Yeah,
in
that's what they
Egypt.
do. These
Everywhere they
ritual
go, they
killings
do the
and
same thing.
yeah, and
So
also that.
but that doesn't mean that you should target all
And
African
it's not all
regardless of
Igbos
the culture.
also. It's not all Igbos also. I like that because I know a lot of decent Igbos also. So it's like this generalization is the problem. But also going to other man's country and not behaving and respecting other man's land and their laws, and their regulation is a problem because you're an ambassador of your nation when you go into another man's country.
Yeah,
Let's speak the truth.
even with not only that, the byproduct they sell, like the bleaching skin, the Igbos are the ones selling it. As
Oh,
you see, they be
come on,
selling
man.
it.
Let's not do that Igbo slander. Enough of it already. Let's move on.
Well, I mean,
You're good
we're
at
not
saying other
targeted,
You
but
don't want to hear
the
the
fact is,
truth,
this is
Elvis, of
this is
your
why they
failed
causing
people.
trouble for everybody, which is
Yeah,
very
but
sad.
Nah,
CD, the
they're
only thing,
wonderful Igbo people, bro. They
No,
are
definitely,
industrial
there's
people. They're
history.
hardworking. Yeah, there's
It's
some people who are criminals amongst
yeah.
them, but don't just harp on them.
wait.
Okay,
Sometimes
so
it's a mindset of certain people from certain country that all of them have to be rich, and which is
Hey,
very sad.
guys, I have breaking news. Megan Thee Stallion ended her relationship with Klay Thompson because Klay was cheating on her.
oh no.
Stop it. After he bought her that new Bentley,
Hey, she's the one that announced it. I mean, I'm not laughing. I'm
Well,
not laughing. Okay,
no.
I'm not. It's not funny,
is it
but
satire or is it real?
no, it's real. But what I'm saying is, Clay is a NBA All Star basketball player, handsome guy. I mean, he deserves more than one woman.
Cause
Yeah, of
He
course.
deserves one woman.
This is why that polygamy,
well,
in
he
the black
finally
holes.
woke up
Yeah,
and
yeah, but
realized
Megan Thee
he knew
Stallion
way
needs to
better.
Megan Thee Stallion needs to just know her role and play her place, stay in her
He
place.
woke
Yeah,
up and realized
simple
he
as
can do
that.
way
Thank you,
better.
Dennis.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Megan Thee Stallion needs to just say, somebody needs to talk to Megan and say, Megan, just stay in your place and know your role
That's right.
in a discussion.
Know
All
how
right, go
to know how to cook, and know how to twerk, and in the palm wine when the drums are beating.
James, you want
All
to
right,
get the link
guys,
to come back?
hold on, guys. Let me read these super chats real quick. Here we go. FBI Young Line, thank you for 499 holla. Say James is living under the white man's nuts while his countrymen are being slaughtered by terrorists. Say James, thank you for the $50 holla. Baba Lico 9354, thank you for $5. Say James, you're 100% right. FBI Young Line, thank you for 499 holla. Igbos aren't the only ones. It's the Southern Nigerians in general. You don't hear Northern Nigerians exporting crime and drugs. All right.
Dinus, can I make a quick
Nah,
point?
they're killing
Dinus,
people in Nigeria, and raping little girls and calling them wives. That's all.
All right, go ahead, Passport King.
recall when I came on, I was the first one to speak after you. Did I mention FBAs or delineation? I kept it to the topic. The only thing I added in was trying to point out where's Pan-Africanism. And then, no need to name them, several people started taking shots at FBA. So I can't be accused of dragging my people into this topic. So what this goes to show is that these other so-called black peoples around the world, which I refuse to use the term is a misnomer, they are obsessed with black Americans. Y'all cannot stop talking about us. You cannot stop thinking about us. You have hundreds of channels on Twitter, Clubhouse, and all y'all do is 24/7 is talk about us while your countries are in shambles, just like what's going on in South Africa, which I do support them in the extent that they have a right to want to have their country for themselves. And let me let me take another quick moment. There's been several clearly they don't understand US history. They just repeat white supremacist talking points. Let's talk about this Harlem point St. James brought up.
That wasn't
Black
citizens. That was
Americans
citizens.
did not flee. We are U.S. citizens. We could live in any of the 50 states and U.S. territories that we choose. There was a time when Black people lived in Harlem. They went up there the north to leave during the South for various reasons. And then about the 90s, many Black people began moving back to the South. That's not fleeing. That's internal migration in the country. And as far as Elvis, the witless wonder, talking about how Black Americans don't want to work on farms, who do you think was working on the farms that fed the country before Mexicans start coming in the 1950 onwards? You think those fruits and vegetables magically picked themselves? And I'm not talking slavery. I'm talking post-slavery from the early 1900s to say 1950s, 1960s approximately. Who do you think was picking that food? The food magically picked itself. So your
You're talking about the
idiotic
Jim
oh no no
Crow,
no no.
the
So
Jim
your
Crow era.
idiotic
That's what you're
comment.
talking
No,
about.
your comment is idiotic. That
I
people
didn't
don't
say
lose
African
their job.
American in
No,
particular,
no no no
anyways.
no. You
But
said no
African
one do that
Americans are
one.
not
You
losing
no no
jobs
no
to
no no no.
Mexicans
Even no no.
as fruit
You
pickers.
said people don't want to pick that comment. What do you use African American, which I don't like that term. I'm gonna use
I didn't
Black
I didn't say
American.
African Americans.
No,
I said
even you use
Americans.
Black
So
American.
you
Before
just probably took it
Africans
like
came
that.
in, U.S. citizens, white and
You
black.
want you want to pick
Didn't go
fruits?
to
Go
farm.
down south and go pick
Hold
fruits,
on,
bro. I'm not
hold on,
stopping you from picking
hold on.
fruits.
No, no. But the point is that you're ignorant. You don't
Get out my
understand
damn
U.S. history,
country.
and you talk out your behind. That's
Hey,
the
Caribbean Queen, you want to go pick
no, no.
fruits
You
in
were
Florida
ignorant,
and in
and because
Alabama? Go
you
pick fruits, bro. Go compete
and
with the Mexican for
because
$3 an
your
hour, bro. Go pick
homeland,
Drop
fruits.
the addy.
your
Where you
only
located so
resort
ICE
is
can
the
pick you
Queen
up?
Caribbean, and that
Yeah,
don't
go
fool
pick fruits,
nobody.
bro. Go to
That don't
Alabama and pick fruits for
But
$3 an
guess
hour.
what? But check it out.
It's your right.
You know why they're getting illegal aliens out this country? Because we don't need them to pick food. We got machines. I don't know how they do it in your third world homeland.
Yeah,
But
go
here in
tell that to
America,
the
we have
farmers in
I can
Alabama
tell you
who's
how they
crying
do
that
it in
their
third world
strawberries are
countries.
going bad because
They
they don't
use
have enough
child
fruit pickers.
labor. They're using children to pick the fruits in third world countries. They're
Yeah,
shitholes.
they got kids on
Africa,
your Caribbean
exactly.
island cutting
South,
sugar canes all
South
day long.
Africa,
What are you talking
if
about,
South
man?
Africa didn't start doing this delineation that they're trying to do right now, it's going to turn into District 9 in the next few weeks.
I say they
Bro,
probably
you
God
will.
drunk
bless
already. I know you showing
delineation.
us a beer bottle. You
God
already
bless
drunk, man. We can't take you
delineation.
seriously,
Delineation
bro.
is ordained by the Most High. Leviticus chapter 10, verse 10.
Who was the hoodlum that mentioned my name, man?
It's the passport queen, man. She's on a period, man.
Yeah, I know, man. Hey, man, hey,
Now you
you
confused,
hoodlums,
bro.
man. You said Africans have channels, right? So I'm
Elvis, you're
not one of
confusing me
those.
with your
I'm
and
not one of those, right?
the
But
story
you see
straight.
the topic on here? It didn't say FBA, right? But
I'm
your
going
fat
that
ass is on the
no.
air. Your fat ass is on the air talking
You
about
don't even
Africans
go on
issue,
to
right?
mention
So
FBA. You
you talking about
FBA
yourself.
too. You
Basically,
you brought up
you
FBA.
are talking
Stop
about
that.
yourself.
No, no.
No, you
See, that's
see,
the
no.
problem.
You come. Listen. You woke up in the morning, right? I know you ain't got nothing to do. It's a great Saturday. You ain't got nothing to do, right? So the topic is not about you, but you're gonna have to
No, no.
make it about you to
You,
become
no, no.
to think that you can be. You are
Elaborate.
relevant. You are
No.
irrelevant.
That's
You are
you want to
irrelevant, though.
funny thing,
No,
James.
Tell him to take
you
his
are
ass
not
back to the
enough.
Caribbean country he's hiding from, man. He's
Let
probably from
Americans
Right?
type
Antigua
You
in
and
the
are
back
not.
Barbuda or
chat if you love
someplace.
Listen to the
delineation.
playback.
Donis. I
You
just paid
keep
$50.
trusting your
I don't
homeland.
have Cash
You
App.
at
I don't
home?
have Cash App,
I
right?
mean,
Were you at
but
home?
hey, but
No,
hey,
no, no.
but
You have. Do you have Zelle? Do you have
hold
Zelle?
on. Say James.
You,
Like, I
mhm.
mean, YouTube they take like 40%. You
I
know,
got you. You
because
have Zelle? Do you have Zelle?
I got Zelle. Of course, I got Zelle.
Okay, send me that one. Send me that Zelle. I take care of that.
I'm
Don't waste your N word on her, man. She's not worth it.
But you're gonna have to allow me to speak on these groupies over here, Donis.
okay. Well, hold on. Here, that's the Zelle right there.
You
It's
can
on the
speak,
screen.
Okay,
and
okay.
listen.
Once I'm finished talking, I'm then. So, Donis, actually, I'm sitting with Ivorian right now. We have a check in Poisson. You know that, right?
Oh no, yeah, fish
Oh
and
Right,
they,
man,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I
oh
love a
oh,
chicken,
man, I
man.
oh,
miss.
Shout
that's
out to
I
my
love
Ivorian
that
brothers,
food,
man. They're
great.
my
right,
peoples.
right. They're listening to you.
man.
They're francophone. They're enjoying the show, right? So
Mhm.
they're enjoying it. They
Yeah,
don't like what these South Africans are doing. So that's the African power we're talking about, right? We've been
yeah,
through a
that's
lot
it.
with Ivorian, but they are our brothers. You know what I'm saying? So those are the
Right.
relationship that we need to build and keep. But these South Africans, I'm not saying all of them, the one that we see on video, not all South African, the one that we see on video doing this to Africans, they are very pathetic, you know? And to all these little groupies over here, right? So thinking that we talking about you or you thinking about you, Don isn't talking about FBAs today. I don't know why you're here. You can be here. We don't care. We don't run from you. But the topic is not about you though. So you are the one looking for Africans. You are the one who wants to insert yourself in African issue, but we don't care. You can come in. But we're gonna talk about you though.
You're gonna talk.
So you are not out of reach. We can listen, bro. Let me finish though.
He's not even.
Let me when CD was talking about Harlem, right? Actually, I lived in New York for 2 years.
Queen about to do a fish fry?
Yeah. Hey, Donis, I lived in New York, right? What CD was talking about is correct, right?
Just because you
when African, man, listen, Donis, bro. When Africans moved in,
you gotta let them talk. And,
when Africans moved in New York, like especially in Harlem, right? Yeah, we heard a few things. Hey, they moved in, they opened their businesses, they did this and this, that, and the third, right? We didn't care. Guess what? Who owns Harlem today? Not Africans, not Black American. Everybody lost.
Yeah.
Everybody lost.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And it's gonna keep happening until this FBA understands something. And I'm sorry.
Hey, you know, St. James, how they kick them out?
God
They
bless.
will look at a brownstone.
Right.
Tell a black person, okay, the value of the brownstone is $6 million.
Right.
You have to pay property tax. You have to go by the landmark. Because they don't have that type of job to maintain that brownstone.
Man, your homelands are in shambles, and you're talking about what you're doing here in the United States. Fix up your homeland.
This is what happening. So before you
have
for your whole life
in
working for brownstone
and in the Caribbean.
Give them education and give them a good job, because if they don't have a job to maintain our brownstone, they're going to sell it and move back down to the south where you came from. So now all of them flee to the south. Which is very sad.
We love our country.
It used to be where I used to go to get my good food, interact with people.
Y'all created systems out there.
Donis, you got FBA line, right? You call himself FBA line, right?
Go ahead, say James. Go ahead.
Okay, you know, if he sees something in my country, right, that he believes he can help build, I would welcome him. Come to my country, help us with what is dysfunctional. Don't sit on YouTube and talk shit. Come help me out. I need your help. Please come help me.
Donis, I got a question for you, Donis. So
let's say James finish.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll pass the mic. I'll be back.
Yeah, let me ask a question real quick, Donis. I just want to know something. I saw something that is strange for me.
Hold on, say James. I put the Zelle back on the screen.
Okay, I got you, bro.
Do any African Americans use that powdered needle milk in their household?
No. Okay, hold on, Elvis. Hold on. No, nobody interrupt. So Reverend Green showed he had palm wine in his hand, and he had that powder.
You know where I'm going, Donis.
And he had the fish head, like sardines. So I'm thinking Reverend Green.
He started with an African woman.
Yeah, he's dating African woman. I think he's dating African woman.
I'm well traveled, brothers.
That's what I'm saying. You know, I've peeped that a long time. That's why I was going with it.
How do you think I know so much about you?
I want to hear this.
How do you think I know so much about you? How much do you think I know about you, cowards?
That's what I'm saying, because I peeped it, and I know most African Americans don't do the powdered milk. So it's usually a Caribbean or African woman that's doing that. So he's probably with an African woman.
How lazy you are. How you don't protect your own.
So you want an African woman? Is that true?
They've all pillow talk. They've all begged the man in the high castle, Reverend Green, for sponsorships. They've all have. This is true. But they don't touch my heart. They don't touch my heart. I've never traveled for them. They've traveled for me.
No,
just
boy.
like a whole FBA.
Just admit your
I don't need
trick,
a passport. They come to me. They're just like produce in the store.
Okay, we hear you, bro. Just admit you got an African girlfriend and be quiet.
I have plenty of women throughout my lifetime.
Do you eat your cereal with that needle milk? Do you put water in needle milk and mix cereal with it?
I might be lonely like you. However, I have a fine taste for lots of things.
Oh boy!
In life.
You know that
But
African
you,
thing, they probably
y'all don't
gonna
know how
feed
to
you some
appreciate
fufu
your
this
own homeland.
afternoon
I've never
and
left
stuff you
my
with some
homeland
fufu
for
and
none
pepper
of these
soup.
women.
This
I've
is
never
so
left.
sad, man.
If a
This is
woman
really
wants to
sad
give
to
me a
hear,
healthy
You
brothers.
got an
children,
African
that's
woman
fine.
Yeah,
feeding you,
African.
bro, and you
If a
here talking
woman
shit
wants to
about
give me a healthy
Africans.
child, that
The
is
This is
fine.
so
irony of
sad
it.
to hear the division between the black
There
groups
are
in the
9
world.
plants.
It's so sad.
There's one
It's sad.
sun.
Mm.
God bless America.
She
Let
gonna
me
she
read the
gonna
super
cook the
chat.
African dry rice for
God
you, man.
bless
She got the fish
America.
ready to
Hey,
fry.
God,
God
okay,
bless
God, hold
FBA.
on. I'm reading the money.
This delineation.
God, Jesus, I'm reading the money. Summer none, other Maddie, thank you for $2 holla. Passport king equals loser who never got attention. Laugh out loud. All right.
Donis, I'm glad you picked it,
It's
man,
funny how
because
this
most
comes from
African
the people
American
that
men
we
don't have
travel
needle
with.
milk,
Excuse me,
a
excuse
pot
me,
of milk in their
Afrikaners.
house.
I saw the
Hold on,
palm wine.
when
I
they
was like,
flee their country, eh,
Yeah,
this
but
is funny how
Palm
this
wine
is
is great for
from
Passport King,
fertilization.
Passport
countries
King,
go to
It's
Europe,
great for
Passport King. What's the
Asia,
fertilization. Everything.
Latin
Passport
America,
King? I
Of
asked
course.
you this
Australia.
But
question
I've never
before.
This
traveled
is
out
Sorry,
the
guys.
country for
hilarious.
nothing
I
that I've
find that
wanted.
So,
hilarious.
guys,
They've
I
always
asked
come
you the
for me.
question before, Passport King. Passport King, I asked you the question before. What is the animosity towards Africans? Where is this stem from? Why?
Wait, say that again, please.
What is this? Why is the animosity towards African? Where is this stem from? Why?
Okay. I see why we're having a problem. What have I said that's animosity towards Africans? Please explain to me, Africa. This will help me answer your question. Point out to me what animosity have I
No,
demonstrated.
no, but no, you. I mean, in particular, but in general, all this
So you said
FBA,
not me
non
in
like I
particular.
can,
Now
Why are
they
you
want to act
asking this
silly.
question?
They were cussing us
yeah,
out for about 30 minutes.
deport them, You know, delineation. You know, all
Okay.
this word.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Does
Yeah,
delineation
yeah.
hurt people? Does deportation hurt
No,
people?
no. Do you know what?
Hold on,
If you want to, I agree with. I said that
have
before.
we
If
seen? Okay, let's.
FBA want to form, if
All right.
FBA
So
want to be
since
FBA
FBA is
and
now
form their
getting
own
listen,
ethnicity in
have you
America
seen
for the
ICE
benefit
agents?
of their
Hold
own
on. Have
group
you seen
and the
ICE
benefit of
agents
Black
take any
Americans,
illegal
I
aliens
100% agree
and
with that.
fire hose them? Have you seen ICE
No, okay.
agents sick dogs, German shepherds on illegal
I've
aliens?
been saying ICE agents, sick
Have you seen
dogs, and
ICE
German
agents
struggle on illegal
taking
immigrants.
illegal
But
aliens and
if
put a
you're
noose
forming,
around their
if
neck and hang them from a
if
tree?
you're forming a hate group to divide
No,
the
no,
Black
no, no. Hold on. Have
population,
ICE
you know,
agents
as you
hung
know, we
people
already divided. I'm
for
against that. You know,
nooses?
Hey,
that's my point.
guys, real quick. Hey, shout out to Say James for the $30 Zelle. Thank you.
Hey, St.
Wow,
James,
wow.
you gotta send me
St.
some
James,
too, nigga.
Hey,
St. James is on fire, man.
let me read this super chat. FBA online. Thank you for the dollar. Holla, Reverend Green. You are not Black American. Stop speaking for us. Oh, you about to get
Since Jim got
out.
a foreign lady
You about to
with
get
him
kicked out,
tonight,
Reverend Green.
dog.
You about to get kicked out.
This guy,
And
I have so many
do a
souvenirs
mixed
in my
breed,
life.
man.
You
He
about to get
half
I know,
African
I know you're
or
jealous.
Caribbean.
I know you're jealous of me.
this is
FBA Lion,
Oh,
he got funny
FBA,
super
I
chat.
know you're
I
jealous
love
of
his super.
FBA.
No, he's funny.
But it
I
doesn't
love his
matter.
super
I want
chat.
y'all to
He make
fix
me
up your
laugh.
homeland and
You know how to roast
fix up
brothers.
your
I love his
homeland.
FBA Lion. But yeah. So basically, all I'm saying is this problem that you have in America today. We had this problem
Fight for
here in the
me.
UK before. We had the same problem, and today the Black British they wish they was nicer to Africans based on the results because gentrification have kicked in. You know, all these so-called people that they wanted to integrate with, these people have moved on and left them behind.
nah.
And
That's
now,
those are all
finally,
lies. Those are all lies. The
fine.
statistics,
That's
see,
right.
those
Fine.
are talking points,
No,
and
no.
the
Let me.
actual
You see,
reality
your
of
problem is you do not let people speak. Exactly. This is a problem. You don't let people speak. You like to
Africa.
interrupt them when
You
they
said
make a
that
valid point.
Africans surpass Black Americans. That's actually not true. Those are talking points based on lies. When you look at the actual data, it doesn't pan out. It's
You
not
know,
because
I'm
I'm
talking about the
lazy.
UK.
Data.
Do
It's
you
the
live in the
actual
UK? Do you live in the
data.
UK? Do you live in my city? No. In
Well,
my city,
everything's different in
in
the
my
UK, but
hold on,
United
you don't live in
States
my city.
pan out like
This
that.
guy
You
don't
don't live
even
in the
have a
UK. Stop
passport. He doesn't
interrupting
have a
me.
passport. What
Interrupt
are you
The
me.
talking
guy's not
Stop
about?
even
interrupting me.
FBA, bro. He's a Caribbean cheddar
Yeah,
cosplayer.
stop interrupting me, bro.
Yeah,
Please, please,
that's
please.
your
Okay.
only way to
So
try to dismiss me because you
We hear
flee
your
your
answer, bro.
listen,
homeland. You
if
ashamed to say where
if
you're
a brother
from.
like listen,
You
if a
think
brother
everyone
like
else
Dinus,
flees their
a
homelands.
brother
Why
like
can't I
Dinus as an
flee
FBA
from the
brother,
United States
yeah.
because I'm a citizen of
We
this country and I'm an
if
FBA
someone like
Why
member?
you
that was to
whispering,
come
bro?
approach,
Everybody's
I
speaking
will
like
tell
men.
him.
We can hear them. Why you whispering in the background?
Whatever,
Yeah,
whatever.
Speak up,
I'll
man.
believe them. I'll
You
believe
was
their
shady.
agenda.
Use
But
your real
the way
name.
you sound like,
Give me your
bro,
real name, Elvis.
I don't trust
We
what you
can't hear you,
believe
bro.
in.
Use
We
your
can't
real
hear what
name.
you're saying. You're whispering, man.
Yeah,
Use
I
your
don't.
use your
Elvis,
manly
change your name.
voice.
No, did he?
Put some bass in that voice.
Like, what did you just?
Did
Did I
he?
just
Oh,
say?
Elvis.
What did I just say, Elvis? Since you're such an expert in all
Africa.
things.
Yeah, you're
I've seen
whispering, bro.
this
I
guy
can't hear
ever
what you're saying,
travel.
man.
He never been to
Did he?
Africa
Did he hear?
before.
Did
He
he?
never
Did he hear the
traveled
sound? Did
before.
he? Did he hear the sound he's making? Did he hear the sound he's making?
I can't hear him.
Did he
He's
hear the
real
sound he's
low. He
making?
sounds like a whisper in the
Push me. What did I
background.
just say,
No, but
Elvis?
he's making.
Monkey me. Push me.
That's the sound of a white supremacist.
First of
May I
all,
say something, please?
let me let you know, I
That's
will
the
not
joke.
take any
That's the joke of
bushmeat
a white
slander.
supremacist.
Bushmeat is delicious. First of all, and foremost, be warned. No bushmeat
That's
slander.
why you got
Tell them one more time, bro.
I know you guys were eye hustling what I had in my kitchen, but did you know all the commodities that you saw?
Elvis, tell
They're
him one more
cheaper
time,
to buy
my
here than they are where you're from in your
No
homeland.
bushmeat slander. It's delicious. Damn it.
You fled your
No
homeland.
slander.
Oh,
Africa. Ask this guy if this guy ever traveled
Everything that
anywhere.
I
He
have
doesn't
in
have
my household,
nah,
passport.
he doesn't. He doesn't.
it's
Listen. I
more
know this guy
affordable
doesn't
than
represent the majority of
than
Black
in your
Americans.
homeland.
He
He
doesn't.
never traveled
He don't
before. He
represent the
doesn't
A
have
majority.
child can't even
Nah,
get
he don't
fresh
represent the
water where you're
majority of
from.
Black Americans. Nah, he doesn't. He just
Young
believes
Lion is
that's
telling you to
why.
claim your Caribbean heritage and stop
My
tethering to
FBA family,
FBA's, man.
they can
Tell him
Stop
to
the
drink
take a
cap.
trip
fresh
with Daniels.
water.
If you go to
They have
Africa with
This guy's
Daniels,
opportunities.
you
probably
You know
from
how
will
come?
St. Kitts, St.
Because we
Nevis,
built this.
or
We
Antigua
built
and
this country from the
Barbuda,
ground
or
up.
Bermuda. He's not American, man. We can tell your accent, bro.
It's so sad that you guys fled your country.
You still whispering in the back. We can't hear you, Passport Plan.
Let's go to those countries and get you a
Let's
man.
go to this country. Why you talk like that,
This
man?
guy
Talk
is
like a damn
Caribbean.
man,
I
man. That
don't
shit is
even know.
annoying.
Just
Let's go to
Caribbean
those
guy,
countries.
I can't help
sick.
him.
Go to the Caribbean.
You're on your own, bro.
Live
But at
life.
the end of the day,
Stop fantasizing.
I know no black American that talk like this with that little, timidness
Yeah.
at the end of their
Because
voice. Let's go to their countries.
Average, the Liberian call it Siri. You want to speak series?
Right.
You understand, Elvis? What did I
Guy
just
is
say,
fake.
Elvis? Translate, Elvis.
Did a coconut fall on your head and make you start speaking slow, bro?
No,
You try to shake that tree for a coconut and it fell on your head, bro.
how many different languages can you speak?
Did this FBI like FBI passport kid? Did he say monkey? Did he use the word monkey just now?
How many languages can you speak, sir?
Did passport king? Did he use the word monkey?
Yes, monkey brains. That's what Elvis loves to eat.
Oh boy,
man.
FBA don't even talk like that, bro. That's some stupid shit Caribbean said. That's something that Caribbeans said when they're trying to be racist to Africans.
Yeah.
You're not FBA, bro. I grew up in this country. I grew up around FBAs. You're not FBA, and I'm not even saying that to clown you. It's just a fact.
Elvis, I grew up in the UK with Caribbeans. Caribbeans don't behave like him anymore. The Caribbeans I know now, they're very close to the people around there.
Yeah, bro. This dude think I'm just saying it to tease him, but not in reality, bro. We all hear your accent.
No,
we hear your accent. The FBAs know their people. They know how they speak. Even if you're from the South, they'll hear your draw. You don't have a draw. You have a Caribbean accent, and you try to speak slow, and you try to use the cadence of white people to try to speak like you're American, but you're not.
You want to project that on me, so you want to pretend that I'm.
Stop speaking like that, man. Speak like
you're speaking so you're whispering because you don't want to project your actual voice because we'll hear your accent at a thicker level.
Hey Elvis, you got my permission to pretend I'm a fleeing Tedder if it makes you feel better.
What is Tedder? That's not even how the word is pronounced, man. I'm telling you, you're not American. You can't pronounce these words. You say throw, you call it throw. There's some things that Caribbeans or Africans say. You have an accent, bro. Admit it.
It's true. It is true, actually. Elvis, to be honest, Liberian people got more American accent than him.
Yeah, you can't pronounce TH together. You want to pronounce the T instead of saying throw. You say
more American accent than him.
You're not American, bro. We can peep it. You can say other words, right? You can have the accent on other words, but you always slip up and we hear it.
What's that, Africa?
I think you have more American accent than Passport King. You got more American accent than him.
Oh, really? I don't want to have that.
Seriously.
No. Okay. Elvis, you're basically saying that FBAs don't know how to talk, that we cannot.
That's not what I said, you fool. I said you don't know how to talk because I know their cadence. I know their speech pattern. I grew up with them. I went to school with them. You are mispronouncing words. Your
of an
accent is
English.
evident,
No,
bro.
no, no,
Stop
no,
the
But
cap.
let me
you're
tell
not
you this,
playing
Possible
again.
King. Let me tell
You
you this.
basically trying to say
If Average speak,
so called proper
there's no
English
way that
are
I would know that
FBA.
Average is
You
Liberians. No
think
way.
all
But for
FBAs are
you,
ignorant.
I know you
That's
definitely
basically what you're
Caribbean.
saying. You think
100%.
FBA
FBAs
line, I
are
This
want
guy
you to
is
come up
Caribbean.
to
ignorant
the
because they
panel
You
cannot speak
and have a
English.
discussion with Reverend
The
Grant
FBA
tonight.
lion is cooking you,
Look,
bro. You don't
CD,
need
I
to
just
come
want
up
to
to
know,
you.
right,
right.
why he's hiding his Caribbean
I
heritage.
want to see.
Caribbeans are
I want
great
to see the
people. They have a
USA
great
flag in the
history.
live
Why
chat.
would you be hiding your heritage?
This is an
Did
FBA
somebody clown
takeover.
you? Did the FBI already clown you and make you switch sides? What happened to you,
Do you
bro?
know? Do you know what? Do you know what? Yeah, I do like the concept of FBA.
Who the
I
hell
do
is
like the
hiding their
concept.
heritage,
I do
Delineation
actually
is
Daniel?
like the
holy, is
concept. I do
ordained by
like
the
the
Most
concept of
High.
FBA in certain on a certain degree. But I don't like the concept of what some people here projecting, because what they're doing is projecting division and hate, and that is not something I will buy into. But if you're doing it to separate yourself from certain group, so you can actually focus on your own agenda and your own historical link and your culture and so on, I totally agree with that, and I think you have more, to
Coming here?
gain by doing that, okay, than not. But if you're using that group as a hate group towards
Can I use
African
the
people,
restroom, no?
yeah, one second. If you're using that group,
Rise up,
against
proud
African people,
delineationists. Rise up, proud
100%
delineationists.
is gonna backfire,
Rise up.
brother. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. Honestly, yeah. Someone was gonna speak. Sorry.
Thank you, everybody, for tonight's channel. We're doing a great program right now. FBA is on the forefront. This is a FBA takeover. Show
Bro,
those
you're
USA
drunk. Go
flags in the
go go
live
take a
chat,
nap before you eat
everybody.
your dry rice, man. You're
They
drunk.
they 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 definitely jealous because we get everything we want and we fight for it.
Yeah.
Tooth
What are you
for
talking
nail.
about?
They flee. Hey, a tether just came up on the panel, wanting to know how come I got some of the things that they seen in their homeland. Guess what? It's more affordable here, and over there your children can't eat. Over there your children can't damn eat. Go
All right,
feed
bro.
your damn family. Here's 99 cents in a
All
bag of
right,
rice.
man. Take
Where
take
can
take
I
some of that
sell
tap
that to
water,
you? Where can
mix
I
the
sell
needle
that to you?
milk,
Where can I
and have
sell a
a
few
nice
pounds
warm
of rice
glass of
to you?
milk, man.
Where can I sell a few pounds of rice to you?
Sell it to Diners, man. He'll
That's
take it
just a
back with him to
write-off to me.
Africa.
That's just a write-off to me. Where can I donate some rice to y'all so you can feed your
Hey,
tether
go to
families?
the African store that you bought that needle milk from.
Nah,
You
nah,
can buy
nah, nah.
some bags of rice
There
and
is no
ship it to
such thing as an
Africa.
African store in the United States of America. Get that out your
This
cotton
guy's
picking
drunk, man. You
mind.
drink too much of that palm wine. What are you talking about? There's no such thing as an African store here
There's
in this
no
country.
such thing as an African store in the United States of America.
Okay, bro.
And you know that. And you know that.
Where you get that palm
And you
wine from?
know that. And you know that.
Where you get the palm wine
And
from?
you know that. Right here in the United States, sir. And he's trying to act like he's the police. If anything, FBA telling you what to do.
Okay, thank you, sir. Tell me what to do, sir.
We're
Tell
telling
me.
you what to do. Now you jealous.
Jealous. Oh boy.
You're jealous.
Jealous of what?
My Clarks are sharp.
The shit
Look,
that you find as an aphrodisiac, we don't even drink it. I don't drink palm wine.
Look at this. You steal from your little children. You steal from your children.
Steal from my children? What does that even mean?
Yeah, you steal from your children. You forgot to send your mama a barrel of fucking food last month.
My mom is here, you fool. What are you talking about?
Your mom abandoned you. She's a Rolling Stone. She
Oh,
got
boy.
5 different kids. She got one in England, one in France, one in Canada.
I mean, you're drunk, bro. You're literally drunk and incoherent, man.
Yeah. She don't love you.
My mom
You don't even know who your daddy is.
She's
You
here.
don't even know who your
My
mother
dad's
is.
here too. My sisters are
You don't
here.
even know who your mother is.
All right, let's talk about people's mother.
Yeah, you gotta be sharper than that, bro. That liquor probably doing a toe in your brain, bro.
This guy is
people's
well
mother.
over his limit, you
I
know.
throw darts at you.
Men in the high castle, there's no need for calling out people's mom. Just
stop
don't
doing
bring
that.
people's mother, please.
Yeah, the guy's drunk with that palm wine. You don't palm wine get you drunk real quick.
We take the parents out of
Grenade
that.
right in your
Don't
face,
do that.
blind your shit. Go
Leave
back
his
home.
parents alone.
We don't want you here no more.
No, but
One,
leave his parents
two,
alone,
ICE
please.
is coming for you. 3, 4, you better lock your door.
5 and 6, we're still
6,
here,
you better
bro.
have your
I didn't kick
documents.
us out.
7,
So you can
8.
shut that door.
Men in the high castle. Why
1,
so
2,
much
ICE is coming for you. 3, 4, you better lock your door.
5, 6, we're still here, and you can shut that door, bro. So just let it go.
instead of going at the white
I'm a
people that want
full-blood
you out the
American. I'm
country,
proud of that.
y'all so powerless and so cowardly. You want to
It's
fight
sad.
FBAs. That's the problem. Why don't y'all go at the
No,
native
nobody want
people
to
and the
fight
white
you.
people on
Nobody.
both
I
sides?
listen.
No.
Listen.
That's a good point you brought up. Y'all not going at the white people
Let
saying,
him speak. Let's hear that accent. Speak up, bro. We can't hear you. Put your volume up.
y'all want to fight FBAs because y'all cowards. Just like you flee your homelands, y'all are afraid of white people and you worship them. But you try
Worship.
to
We don't worship them.
yeah.
Go ahead. Let's say more. Let's hear
Are
it.
you kidding me? How many videos have I seen of raggedy white man walk through Africa and just run through
Walk through Africa. Walk through. They
and
walk
goofy
through
African men running up to touch them if they got
to
long
touch
hair
them.
because they think they're Jesus. That happens in every sub-Saharan country. I've seen that happen. Get the hell out
Why
of here.
you talking that? I seen that happen. What's that zest at the end of your sentences, man?
This guy
What's wrong with you?
Coons down in the USA don't come close to the smallest coon out of Africa. Y'all the biggest coons on there.
It is too
I
stressful to
can't
for you
do it.
to
I
speak
can't
at
help it, bro.
someone else.
FBA,
All I
Right.
can say is that
my brother.
FBA's all day,
Sometimes
and we love the United States of America. Why
Passport
can't
King.
y'all just go home?
Sometimes
Don't
I
you know
must
right
give up,
now in
bro.
Africa they need you?
I don't know
Don't
if
you
it's
know right there
men
in
in
the
the high
Caribbean they
castle.
need you?
And once
They
again,
need
I
you.
didn't
Man.
bring up FBA today. Elvis started taking
Where
shots, and other
did this
people
self
started
hate
taking
come
shots
from?
at FBAs.
You hate
So y'all
yourself, bro. You hate your heritage. I'm
Africa,
sticking up for the
Africa,
Caribbeans. I'm telling you, be
Africa. Tell
proud,
me
bro.
about the first
Be
time
proud
you
to be a
got a
Caribbean.
$100 bill from
Clean your
that white
shit
man on the beach.
instead of trying to
Tell me about
cosplay.
the first day when you got a
Anyway.
$100 bill from that white man on the beach.
Cheddar like you are.
You remember that white man
Let's
on the beach
focus on the
that gave you that
topic.
$100 bill, right?
So
Bring
We
anyway,
don't know
let's
tears to
what
your
those
focus on
other
eyes.
the
What
drunk
you
topic.
had to
guys
do to
talking
him,
about,
right?
but we're trying to hear that be a
You know
queen. So
exactly what you had to do to him.
CD
You
and
know how
CD and
Elvis take
Elvis.
that old
Africa,
man.
when you go to South
You had to
Africa,
run that.
right?
You had to run
I will
that
I
sunscreen
will
down his
encourage
back.
every African to visit South Africa and see how
Yeah,
black people
yeah.
over there, how the hatred they have for the other African. Even
Wow.
their neighboring country, people from their neighboring country, the hatred that they have for them. Could you imagine a
Right.
citizen
Nobody
walking to
hates
the
you.
other hospital
You
and
don't
tell
touch my
people to
heart like
leave?
that.
You are not the authority, you are not a police officer because you are South African
Right.
and stop people in the street and ask them for their passport. How normal is that?
Right.
That will not even happen in the US, right? We know you have to be
No.
ICE officer before you stop someone, right? They have been
Yes.
they have arrested a lot of white folks here who pretend to be
Yeah.
ICE officer for impersonating white ICE officers, and they are being arrested and persecuted, right? But South Africa, you see
Right.
people, regular citizen, stopping a Ghanaian,
Right.
asking for his
Mm,
document, harassing him, and
mm,
nobody's there to
mm,
arrest them. You
That's the
think that's
mm.
precursor of
normal?
ICE right there. Yeah,
That's
I
that's
saw it on
that's
my
So
that's
phone
not
of your
normal.
own eyes. Yeah,
What that happened?
yeah. So do you see
What
the?
that happened
that's a
Yeah.
was,
citizen's arrest.
you
That's a
remember
real
years back
citizen's
No, but
when they
arrest.
were
ignore him.
killing
CD, ignore him.
other
Ignore
West
him, please.
African
CD, ignore him. Ignore him. CD, do you think they are setting a bad
when they were
precedent?
killing other West African and targeting
CD, do
and
you
kill
think?
them. The
He
reason
was
Yeah,
caught
is
CD
selling
and Elvis.
drugs. He was caught selling drugs.
this
Hey,
is not their job to stop you being citizen of South Africa doesn't give you the authority to stop a foreigners in the street to ask for their document. Police officers should
Nah,
do that. Immigration officers should be
yeah,
responsible to do that.
I
But
saw
you
that. I
asking
saw
this
that
guy,
exactly.
African.
what,
He got a
show me
9-piece to
your
Yeah,
him
papers.
in an
But
uppercut.
since the Ghanaian guy
Yeah,
yeah,
he
was so
did.
nervous, they surrounded him. He had no option but to
right.
give his people to them. But if you are someone asking, who are you asking for my document, right? But this guy,
Mm-hmm.
he just worked at a nail salon, and they are harassing him.
Right.
Say, show me your
Mm,
document. And the guy had proper
mm,
documentation. And they said, well,
yeah,
you bribe our immigration officer. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Go after your immigration
No, it
officer that
doesn't.
gave him document to be working in South Africa, right? But they did not
Right.
do that. They
Right.
start harassing this poor guy, telling, well, you
CD,
Yeah.
give
CD,
money to our immigration officer.
you know that old saying, there's
Mm,
nothing new under the sun, right? Most people
Mm.
tend
mm,
to learn certain behaviors from people who they're in close proximity to. So
That's a fact.
racism
right.
and all of these things, they're just repackaged into xenophobia,
Mm,
against another group of people.
right.
So the South Africans, they knew and they know how their people were treated against, by the whites. So they're only repackaging that
Right.
hate and that same system of hatred, and now they're they're putting that on the other Africans. Look, if the white man is not paying enough taxes, the white people used to say that the South Africans are not paying enough into the healthcare system or into the the welfare system. They're leeches. They're only taking and not and not giving. Those same talking points whites used to use against the South Africans. Now they're regurgitating that talking point by using it against the Africans. There's nothing new.
Yep, and P.W. Botha, right, the white former leader, he said black man is not meant to be a ruler. Black man cannot be as a leader. He said it. He said if we hand this country over to black people, they're going to crush it. He said black man is not meant to be a leader. You can only rule black people, but they cannot be a leader for any nation. P.W. Botha, go and check the record. He said it. He said if we hand this country over to ANC, they're going to crash this country. He said it. Right.
But
So
they are setting a bad precedent, CD. I think they're setting a bad precedent, CD, because if other European countries see this, they could be doing the same thing over here in Europe against Africans. And then if you're trying to say something in their defense, they'll be like, well, if the Africans are doing it to their own Africans, what are you talking about?
That's already happening.
You understand what I'm trying to say, CD and Elvis? So they are setting a bad precedent to the African race in the entire world, globally. And this is one thing they're not seeing.
And I think Western Africans are more hospitable. They have Africans coming to their country. They stay there, especially Southern Africans when they're going through their struggle. A lot of West Africans, we weren't doing so great, but we held them, we sheltered them, we fed them, we protected them against the white boars in South Africa. So we put our countries was threatened with sanctions and even wars because we was harboring refugees from South Africa.
Yes.
So when they don't understand their history and they think we hate them, we don't hate them. Black Africans are going there for economic prospects because why? You're adjacent to the white economic power structure. They want to get a piece of that. Make laws against them having access to your safety, net programs. Make laws against those things. I'm fine with that. They're entitled to it. But that's not really what it's about. It's about they don't want them doing businesses and coming up. They don't want them dating their women. Trivial things like that. Which is silly.
Yeah, exactly. This is what it's about.
They are behaving like the right wing extremists in Europe and in America, and they're projecting that on the Africans. I can see that, and it's gonna backfire on them one day.
Africa, look what the comment that she made. She said, why Africans are fleeing all over the war? She said the war, all over the war. Why you guys can stay in your country? This is an ignorant person. Doesn't know the amount of the percentage of European that
But you won't answer the question because you're cowards. You're genetic cowards.
We are ignoring you, brother. Get it that we're ignoring you.
We don't think you're even worthy to being here.
Go ahead, CD. We don't listen to this claim.
So they're going back Trump playboy, whatever is happening here. They think they're doing good thing for South Africa.
No. What you gonna say to the Pope? Is Pope Leo trolling? He told Africans.
Oh my God!
The only thing I will not entertain. The only thing I will not entertain is this division between the African Americans and the Africans, and I'm begging brothers like FBA, Passport King, and the men in the high castle, please stop this. It's not good. It's not good for us, bro. Stop it. This division.
Beg the God to stop.
Let me tell you, only 1%, not even 1% of African Americans are involved in that. When you talk about FBA, it's not even a 0%.
I think man in the high castle might be an FBA, but the other guy is a tether trained though. He's
That's nothing about Mike. I about this delineation. I don't care what
people that are exploiting them. Few people that are making money on social media.
The Lord said to push delineation, so I push this delineation.
Hello. I can't stop you from waving your.
We got a new person on the panel. Go ahead, Ben.
Great. Thank you so much.
Let me pass the mic to Ben. Go ahead, Ben.
Thanks a lot. Greetings to everyone. So, looking at what's happening in South Africa, and I was pretty shocked when I saw the video of South Africans attacking, like mob mentality, attacking Ghanese, Ghanaian. Is that how you say
The
it?
Ghanaian drug dealer.
Ghanaian.
Yes.
Right. So
Ghanaians.
when I saw that,
Mm.
right, I said to myself, I got to respect FBAs because they would never do that. I mean, they will verbally attack you, but they would never accost you, like physically attack you. The way
Don't push
South
it, buddy.
Africans did.
Don't push it.
Don't push it. Why do you say that?
No, you make it sound
Don't
like
push me too close to the edge.
The big
I'm
people-
about
I
to
know that
lose
song.
it.
It's not close to the edge.
Yeah, it's
So
like a
what was
jungle
that song?
sometimes, bro.
ourselves. We're not
Yeah,
gonna
FOFAFO for real.
FBO will go to
We
prison if
not
they do
playing
that.
with y'all.
You do that in America, you go to prison. So that would be almost like
Yeah. We'll,
you know.
we'll,
Once
we'll
they
blow
move,
some,
Zach,
we'll
you
blow
see
some
me
white
too.
dust in their
What you're
face and make
saying-
them
let me just
blind,
say
man. They
this.
can't touch this, man.
It's only a matter of time
Let me
because
just say this.
delineation is holy.
So-
It's been ordained by
Let the
the
man
Most
finish. Let the
High.
man finish.
So, in essence, what you're saying to me is that the United States, run by white people, is about law and order. And when Africans are in power, it's lawlessness. That's what you're saying to me, because you're saying that it won't happen in the US because obviously, there's law and order and, white people run this country. And in South Africa, it's run by blacks. And you're telling me that black people don't have law and order when they run their own country?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if you do that in America, that would be you end up in prison.
They
For the
don't know
fact
what
that
the United States
for
is
the
about.
fact that it's almost like that's almost like
It can even be raised to a hate crime.
hate crime, exactly. So that's a serious crime in America.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't do that in South Africa because it's not being enforced compared
Who
to
says
the US.
it's a hate crime
So
to do
if-
to a
if
If
legal
you're
immigrant?
attacking people based on their race or their
You-
identity, that's a hate crime.
That's a
Once the
serious
edict
that's a
comes out,
serious crime
once
in
this
America.
edict comes out this summer about
and it-
illegal immigrants, who's who, trust
and it-
me, you're gonna see what time it is. You're gonna change your words on
And the
that
only
one.
reason why they're
Oh,
not
boy.
doing it is because of the authority. They know very well they will end up
We
being
find out
prison.
you're illegal. We like what we see. We
Look,
take
South
it.
Africa,
We confiscate
South Africa
everything.
is a barely functioning. South Africa is a barely functioning country in Africa anyway. Let's
That
not
man
make
was
it like South
illegally
Africa
there
is some.
in that country.
South Africa is not the most developed country. It's not even in top 5 developed country in Africa when it comes to anything. Okay, in fact, when country like Namibia is actually way developed than South Africa, but regardless the size of it. So when people are hyping up about South Africa because of the presence of the whites, that's just a myth. South Africa is not even in the top 8 most developed countries in Africa when it comes to economy and GDP.
That's a
Yeah,
fact. Yeah.
their cities are developed, but outside of the city, there's a lot of shanty towns. There's a lot of
They're just sitting there. Oh, because
townships.
this and that.
That's not well developed.
It's just crazy, bro. It's just bullshit, man. We're tired of it. If they're gonna, stop this. The FBA brothers that are saying, "Oh, we're gonna be like South Africans and stuff like that." What you think gonna happen if you start attacking Africans in the street? Next minute, you're gonna be attacked as a group.
South Africa
We need to
took
learn
up
from
what
how-
we doing. All right, I don't know what you're talking about.
First of all,
Say that
What's
again?
that, South Africa? What?
Yeah, they you heard that woman. She said, "Go back to your homeland. Where are your people from?" She's quoted everything.
Listen, I don't know why you guys think African hates you. In Africa, we actually love
we don't hate
African Americans
Africans.
and Caribbean brothers. We actually welcome them with 2 hands.
Yeah, but
they are
as
brothers.
Danis,
We don't
as
ever
Danis,
see- But why?
Danis always say, if
why-
you think
why
that
so-
Africa was
yeah.
that bad, he won't go back
Africans
to
are too busy
Africa,
hating
right?
on
He
each
won't go
other.
for the second visit. So, people have been there. This guy never traveled before. As Danis,
Stop
he
trying to make
traveled.
everybody
This is the
African and
reason that he's
Caribbean.
going
We're
back
not
and
you.
forth.
I hear a lot of South Africans saying, "Go back to your country, back to your homeland." Who fixed South Africa? Let's ask that question. Who fixed South Africa?
Yep.
FBA.
No, the white
We
man.
put the motor in the back.
white man fixed South Africa.
We told y'all to get that shit popping.
The white man built all of the cities.
We were writing
All of the infrastructure was already built pre-apartheid.
And then y'all got it popping. We put the battery in your back to fight for the power.
Number one most developed country in Africa is Seychelles. The second is Mauritius. The third largest diversified economy. Okay,
Seychelles is
but
good.
that's third.
Seychelles. Yeah.
Exactly. So Botswana come next, okay? Then you got Algeria, then you got Egypt and Morocco. So and then you got Rwanda, you got Kenya, and West Africa will be lagging behind. But if you go down to you're gonna find like Ghana, Senegal, and Ivory Coast. Okay, these have not been done by other people. These are economies are controlled by African people. Okay, and if you look at the Caribbean countries have higher GDP than some of our own African developed nations. Like for example, I guarantee you, some
Donnie, you gotta
Caribbean
block
countries
this
have
dude. He's
higher
trying to get your
GDP
screen taken
than
down.
South
He's
Africa.
showing copyrighted thing on
Yeah,
your
yes,
screen.
yes, yeah. That guy needs to go, man.
I think
But
he's wrong.
some Caribbean countries have higher GDP than most African countries.
Yeah, that's
So
true. That's
and
Look,
fact.
they're managed by black people. I don't know why people are getting all this
we don't we,
saying,
we
"Oh,
don't even
black
have
people
to
cannot manage
discourage
the
South
good
Africa,
economy."
right? They're doing well as a nation, but we know that the foundation and the infrastructure of that country is controlled by the whites. We know that.
Right.
You know,
And
And they
and
said
I'm
and they
sure
said they're
and
not
I'm
going to
sure
give it to the black people. They said black people going to fucked up everything. Their
and I'm
former
sure that a lot
president
of
said
states in
that.
America, there are a lot of
So
states in America when you really go back to the history, they were built by African Americans.
Hey
They were controlled
guys,
by African Americans.
let me pass the mic to
Mm.
the free game because we got to close
Uh,
out. Go ahead, free
yeah.
game.
Hey, what's up, Donis?
Go ahead.
South Africa is confusing because South Africa was voted the most have the biggest income disparity in income inequality out of any country in the world. And the thing is, if 8% of people run majority of the economy, then how could all the South African people be employed by only 8% of the society? So therefore, it's going to be lack of employment and lack of resources anyway, because probably about 2%.
Free game. Your Obama phone cut off.
Problem is that that's not enough businesses by the South African people, the native South Africans, to sustain themselves. If you're relying on the 8% to hire you, then it's not going to be enough jobs anyway.
Right.
So screaming at Nigerians, screaming at people from Ghana, that Mozambique, that's not going to do anything.
No.
So it's South Africa is on a downtick. If they don't create their own businesses, then it will be a third world country if the white people left. So that's all I had to say.
Great points.
that was a good point.
Great
Yeah, I
point,
just
sir.
looked it up, and it's
You know,
right. He's
and
right. South Africa has the highest, Gini coefficient amongst all countries in the world. That's crazy. So the wealth disparity
yeah,
is the largest
it's crazy.
gap in the
Yeah.
entire world, and that's one of
The
their problems.
Black South Africans are one of the poorest in the continent. When it comes to the top 20 developed countries in the continent. I believe average, Ghanaian or average Senegalese or average Ivorian probably got better standard of life than the average Black South African.
that's a
Yeah, because
fact.
And
they
but
have access. They have
Uh,
access to the core of the economy. Most South Africans don't.
yeah,
yeah,
You either
don't.
work for the
yeah,
white man, or you be really corrupt and
yeah,
controlled by the white man to really get up there and be and take part, and partake in your economy.
right,
And that's what I
right,
say. Every black person should visit South Africa. The African
yeah.
Americans' life have hundred
So yeah,
percent
I
far better
mean,
than South African. Far better than
Yeah.
them.
they would be
Oh
fighting
yeah.
amongst each
Far.
other.
African Americans, their life is way better than any black in the world. Let's be honest.
No. I'm
That's just a
in
fact.
terms of
Yeah.
in terms of
Mm.
comparing
What?
white to the
Oh
black,
Wait,
yeah.
no.
right?
Mm.
Black
Compared to the white
Americans
South
and
Remote
African
non
and
from us
black
as
South
US,
well. We'll
African.
be
we
in the
don't
same
think we
position, low
better.
key.
Y'all think we're better. And y'all
Mm.
cosplay as so bad. Y'all
Bro,
cosplay as
when we talk about FBA, we're not
Oh
including you, man.
bro,
Shut up, man. You're not
I'm
an
not talking
FBA,
about
bro. Stop
Caribbean,
talking,
man.
man. Damn.
We don't
don't
even
even
he's
Jeez.
know
gonna
them.
represent.
We
You see
will
the
be
you
having
see
a
you see the
conversation,
you
and
see
then
the
he come up and say, we. There's no
free
we,
game.
bro.
you gave me
We're
the
not part of
FBA
them.
that represents
You going
America,
by
not you,
Elvis?
bro.
What's your
And
name? What's
Dynasty.
your real name,
These
Elvis?
You're not
What's
black
your real
African
name?
American. You Caribbean, bro.
You're
You
Caribbean,
What's your real
bro.
Caribbean.
name,
We
Elvis?
whether you call us
What's your real
Cylone or
you know why you want to
Maroon
claim I'm
or
instead of Elvis?
FBA.
Because you
Come
so
on, man.
ashamed of your failed
I
homeland.
mean,
You're the one
I
that's
don't
shame on your Caribbean heritage and claiming to be somebody you're not, bro.
Yeah.
Stop the cap.
and
Why
listen,
you
these
don't want to be
Caribbean countries are
yourself?
growing
Why you don't want to
economy.
be
They have great.
yourself? This guy's,
Come on,
man.
Elvis.
Be a Caribbean. Caribbean have a great
Right.
economy.
If Bobo was up here saying this shit, I'd be like, all right, Bobo's a real one. You know,
Look at
if some
Baba
other
Loco.
FBA
Baba
was saying that,
Loco
I
is
said, okay, yeah.
Caribbean, right?
But not a
He's a
Caribbean with an
great
accent
brother.
trying to tell me he's an FBA and I'm stupid enough to believe it. Hell no.
It's not.
Elvis.
We
Use your high
The thing is, Elvis, Caribbean countries actually have a really high GDP.
Right,
And they do
Caribbeans are
really
fine
well
people. I
compared to
don't know
the
why he's
countries.
running away from his heritage. It's stupid, man.
I don't know why he
Mm.
doesn't want to be Caribbean. Why is he
Elvis,
pretending
he
to
run
be
away from his
African?
people.
What nation am I from? Go on. Use your high African IQ. What nation am I from?
I mean, there's a lot of nations in the Caribbean. I can't pinpoint it, but definitely you have a Caribbean accent. You might be from
I'll
one
tell
of the
you what,
smaller nations that's not well known, like
I will
St.
switch.
Kitts,
I will switch.
like
I'll
Antigua,
switch to
Or
Caribbean
Saint
anytime.
Vincent, Saint Vincent.
I will
yeah, St.
happily live in
Vincent and the
Caribbean.
Grenadines. You might be from one of those little countries.
Or
What
You know.
nation am
Didi, I will happily move to the
Barbados.
Caribbean anytime. The
Elvis?
beautiful part of the world, man. The
Yeah,
If you're
Caribbean
trying to do a trivia and guess where I'm from, I probably won't pinpoint it, but definitely you have a Caribbean accent, bro.
Leave that bush meat alone,
And
Elvis.
then most of them are like
alone.
that. And when
Leave
I
the
meet some
bush
of the
meat alone,
Caribbean, they
Elvis.
pretend
You
to be
got brain
African American.
parasite.
Why you can't be Caribbean?
Yeah, a lot of them
Why?
from these little countries, so it's hard for you to pinpoint. If you're not
in all
geologically
fairness, some of them are
advanced,
born. Some of them are
you
born
know,
there. Some of them are
they
born
might
there.
be from Antigua, St. Kitts and Nevis, Saint,
But
the Grenadines. They might be from
Elvis,
one of the smaller
some
islands.
Caribbeans are born in America, right? So you can
Right.
understand why though, because they're born there, they grow up there. They associate with the culture, so you can understand why it is.
And that's fine. You can say, well, I grew up here. I grew up with African Americans. I was enthralled in the culture. But my heritage comes from the Caribbean. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a shame to say it.
Right.
I'm an African. You can hear my accent anytime, anywhere. So I'm never going to come and cosplay and say that. And that's what FBAs be saying. And they're right. Some people do cosplay as them.
Yep.
And they can tell you from a mile away, bro. It's like an evil, pretending to be a Mandinka.
And most of these guys that are committing crime, a terrible crime, and pretend to be African American. These are the people that give me bad image to the FBAs. This guy is not FBA. Why you want to? Why you
I'm not FBA?
You're not FBA because we hear your accent. Where you from that you got that accent from, bro?
Wait a minute. If you claiming I'm Caribbean, you're so.
Oh my God, this guy is
We
Caribbean.
hear the accent.
No. That's not how it
Wow.
works.
I mean, who you think you're talking to? You're not talking to white people, bro. You're talking to Africans who know the different kinds of accents.
You know everything.
Even African Americans know you have an accent and you're not one of them.
No,
All right, let me pass the mic to Steve Jr. 15. Go ahead, Steve Jr.
I was just coming up here to ask Passport King a question, man. So, are you really Black American? Because I mean, your accent do sound right.
Thank you, Steve. Steve, you got an ear, man.
You should be ashamed.
Your accent do sound a little, sound different.
Okay.
And Steve, a Black American. He's from South Carolina.
Let's go with that. No, Steve. Because all
North Carolina.
everywhere in the USA, they all sound
And we love African Americans, by the way. We love FBAs.
Do they sound like FBAs in California? All FBAs have a monotone accent.
Oh my God, this guy is Caribbean.
Did you study their accent so you can try to cosplay as them? They have a monotone accent. Who said something like that?
Wait, monotone's not a word. See,
you from the Northeast?
Guys, that's my whole point. Elvis is trying to apply because I have a vocabulary, because I actually read and know how to use a dictionary.
You have a vocabulary? You can't say the word throw? You have a vocabulary?
That's what you're trying to say. You think FBAs are dumb and we don't have a vocabulary.
That's not what I said. I said you're cosplaying as them, man. I hear your accent.
That's exactly what you're applying.
Have him pronounce the word ambulance.
Pronounce that word. I'm not even going to say the word. Pronounce the word.
No, that's what you're applying.
He said no. Yeah, outright said no.
That's exactly what you're implying.
The dude can't say the word throw. He said throw. You throw that away. Okay, Caribbean boy.
For dinner.
He could be Black American, but I'm just saying his accent, it sound a little different.
Okay, it sounds different. Okay, my accent sounds different. Okay, what now, Steve? It sounds different.
Where you from? That's what we want to know, brother.
Okay.
If you was
What?
Yeah, if you were to say he's African American who was brought up in the
He's from
Caribbean,
St.
then
Vincent.
I would believe it.
I'm Black American, FBA. My mom's from South
Or
Carolina.
was you brought up in the Caribbean?
Where your daddy
All
from?
Caribbeans,
Okay,
you know,
Your mom from South Carolina. Where your daddy from?
listen, my dad is dead. It doesn't matter where he's from.
Where you from, boy?
The guy's FBA. He's FBA. I could tell. He's FBA.
Trust me, this guy, you can't even
He's
know
what, sorry?
which part of the America that he comes from. He's a
I tell you what,
100%
you need to
Caribbean.
watch your tone,
He is.
Elvis, because now you really stepping over a line. Because let me tell you, if you saw me in person, you would get some respect.
Oh boy, where your daddy from?
You would know better.
Not with that voice. Y'all just laugh and you walk away, man.
But if you were to be African American who was raised in the Caribbean, I would agree.
Yeah, he got some connection with the Caribbean, bro. Unless he's holding it back and he's not saying, we can hear it, man.
Yeah.
Well, I talk to Africans, I talk to Caribbeans, I talk to African Americans. We know the accent,
regardless of his accent, African Americans, FBA, we are brothers and sisters. We're one family, and I am not going to allow anyone trying to divide us as people, and it's not going to be good. And we should stop. We should stay away from it.
But then that's why you have to be careful when you're addressing some of these FBA. This guy is from the Caribbean pretend to be African Americans. So you have to distinguish when you speaking about African Americans. Do not speak against all African Americans. This guy is Caribbean, pretending to be African American. Yes,
like he could be Black American. Like I said, I mean, he could just.
But Steve, you hear that? You hear right?
I hear something, but at the same time, you know, everybody, you know.
Yeah, man, it would be an insult to your intelligence if you see something and hear something that's off and you ignore it.
At his word of
hell nah, Steve. If my black ass told you I'm African American, you like Elvis, but you got an accent, Elvis. You would question me. Yeah, so don't be stupid, man. Use your brain.
As far as I'm concerned, you got brain parasites from eating bushmeat, so now we're even.
Hey, what's wrong?
Hey, first of all, bushmeat is delicious. Don't slander bushmeat. Not a good person tell you that.
Bushmeat, but I gotta read the super chat. We gotta close out. FBA Young Lion, thank you for $1. Holla, Fact City, Elvis and Al, thank you for exposing. Philly Yardy Vibes 808, thank you for $1. Holla, that is not a Caribbean accent. Will and come again. You wrong, Elvis. Everyone, thanks so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. To the next time, family. Dynasty, social. Peace.